was the success that the Buffalo Bills had running the football. They had 43 rushes for 224 yards and 3 touchdowns. And, of course, James Cook with a huge game, 130-something yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns. And there's a lot of elements to this that I think are important, but I want to start with the tight ends. The Bills played tight ends like crazy. I mean, probably, I would guess most snaps 2 tight ends, a lot of snaps 3. They put those tight ends on the field, all of them. Knox, Kincaid, Hawes, and they did work in the run game. I mean, they were instrumental in how the Buffalo Bills were able to run the football, whether it's, zone runs and they're widening lanes or they're crashing down a side of the line to set up cutback opportunities for James Cook, certain plays where they're actually pulling into gaps and lead blocking. The Bills masterfully incorporated their tight ends into this run scheme and created displacement with them. They got movement, but you got to think about the stress that those players invoke, because now you have extra gaps, right, based on your formational strength. And it really widened the Jets defense out, created additional gaps, and these guys open lanes. And I think the star was Dawson Knox. I mean, he was blasting open lanes left and right. Hawes was phenomenal, like he's been. And Kincaid as well. Now, they use Kincaid a little bit differently, and they should, right? He's not the blocker those other guys are. But once again, seeing him in space, he was instrumental on that Elijah Moore touchdown run, where he's a play side blocker. He's got to handle that corner, and he drives them probably 10, 15 yards. So you're seeing across the board impact from these tight ends in the run game. And obviously, structurally, this is a huge part of what this Bills offense intends to be. And it's pretty cool to see all 3 of them incorporated like they are. Now, that does mean you're seeing a lot less Alec Anderson in that jumbo tight end role, but I think that's okay. I think you get a ton of good blocking from Hawes, and then you get the receiving element, which is important as well. So the tight ends were huge. And this also invites some stacked boxes, right? The Bills ran into stacked boxes 35% of runs, which was the 3rd most of any team this past week. And despite that, the Bills are number 2 in EPA per rush. And the reason I bring that up is because it tells a good story about James Cook. James Cook, when I watched him in this game, the thought that kept going through my mind was, boy, the game looks slow for James Cook. And that is a massive compliment. You don't pull off the 44-yard touchdown run that he was able to pull off without the game slowing down to the point where you can navigate that type of a situation with multiple cuts and being able to work into adjacent gaps and read leverage on the fly and just adjust. It was phenomenal. But you saw that repeatedly throughout this game, where his elusiveness, his ability to, jump or lateral step multiple gaps to get into a spot where he can run the daylight was just masterful. He's becoming a really exceptional zone runner. And that's probably not fair enough. He is an exceptional zone runner. And he was phenomenal against zone. Had 13 zone runs, over 8 yards per carry on the zone runs. And a lot of good scheme, a lot of good blocking, a lot of very good running by James Cook, not just to be productive, but it's how he's gaining that productive. Sure, there's good blocking, but James Cook makes that blocking right. And boy, was he phenomenal against the Jets. The game looks slow for him, and that's what allows him to make all these dynamic runs. I also thought the Bills did a good job mixing in zone and gap runs. That's important. We talked about how silly it was that the Steelers can literally only run zone, and that becomes a lot easier to defend when there's not enough multiplicity with how you run the football. The Bills are not that type of team. They're multiple with the run scheme. And I thought there were some really unique angles baked into the blocking schemes. You're talking about working in these tight ends, and the Bills did a good job of allowing these tight ends and really, all of their blockers to have advantageous angles to create movement and then just trust James Cook to go to work. It was a beautiful job of running the football. So, phenomenal rushing output from the Bills in this game. Let's talk a little bit about the passing game. Obviously not a super efficient game for Josh Allen. He's 14 of 25 for 148 yards. I think there's a number of things that go into this that are worth talking about. First of all, I think the number one talking point is you go into this game expecting a lot of man coverage, and the Bills got a lot of zone coverage, which, I mean, even I kind of fell for that. If you remember the primer episode, I said, it's an Aaron Glenn defense. You know what you're going to get, man coverage and blitzing. Well, Aaron Glenn said, you know what we're not going to do? The thing you think we're going to do, we're going to give you a lot more zone. We're going to give you a lot less blitzing. In fact, the Jets had a 20% reduction in frequency of man coverage week 1 to week 2. They ran 50% man in week 1, second highest rate in the NFL. Week 2, only 29% man, 13th in the NFL. You got a 15% reduction in blitzes. They blitzed 35% in week 1. That drops down to 20% in week 2 against the Bills. So the Jets definitely gave the Bills a different look than I think they were expecting. And I'm sure the Bills came into this game, all right, we got to have man-beating pass concepts, and they got a whole lot of zone. So what else derailed the passing game? I think, well, that's probably the biggest thing. And then it's, you had 2 Dawson Knox drops. And you got to think about that. When you have those drops and you don't get another fresh set of downs, it takes away from your production. You're talking about another 3 downs at least for Josh Allen if you make some of those plays. You had the goofy offensive pass interference call on Keon Coleman. It takes away another set of downs, and it takes away a completion. So think about that. It's 3 completions, and not only 3 completions, 3 potentially long completions, but also you lose out on another set of downs for Josh Allen. So I think those were big contributing factors in kind of where this passing production was. And then I'll also say that it felt like there was a lot of traffic around Josh Allen's feet. The pockets weren't super clean in this game. And because of that, I don't think it allowed Josh Allen to stay in some of the progressions that he wanted to, where things were coming open. And that's because, look, there's things going on around his feet, and he had to kind of navigate some of that stuff, which pulls his eyes from being on the defense, and I thought that took away from some opportunities that were there in the passing game. So I think that's a big contributing factor as well. So you got a lot more zone than you were thinking. You got a lot less blitzing than you were thinking. You had some situational stuff, whether that's the goofy OPI call on Coleman or 2 Dawson Knox drops that take away from production and takes away a set of downs from Josh Allen. And then I think you had some quick wins by the Jets with their pass rush that had some traffic around Josh Allen's feet that didn't allow him to stay in some of the progressions as long as I think he wanted to. All right, coming up next, there is an element of this passing game that I'm very excited about that I think is close to taking off. We'll get into that and offensive snap counts here on the other side of it. So, folks, be sure to stick with me. Mazda crafts cars for those who do more than simply move. From footwork to breathwork, athletes sweat all the details, and Mazda brings this same intention to how they craft every model. You can feel Japanese craftsmanship in every detail, from the metallic accents to available Nappa leather upholstery. You can make everyday drives feel like anything but, from smooth handling to intuitive controls. With all-wheel drive standard in every crossover SUV, you can drive with confidence through almost any season. So like football players that sweat every detail, Mazda does so as well, because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved. Folks, most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. When you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Monarch makes it simple to review finances with your partner. You can see budgets, goals, and spending activity in one place. So don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONNFL at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONNFL. All right, folks, welcome back. I teased on the other side of the break that there was an element to this offense that I think is close to really becoming huge. And I think it's the Josh Allen to Joshua Palmer connection. There was 2 catches in this game from Josh Palmer. One
What's
on
up,
a
everybody?
Josh Allen throw. It's a good play, dig route in front of Brandon Stevens, who was playing with way too much cushion, and it was easy pitch and catch. And, of course, the big play from Trubisky to Josh Palmer on Sauce Gardner's coverage. Trubisky was able to dot the I there. That was a heck of a throw. So he had 47 yards receiving to lead the team, but I just came away from watching this excited for where it's headed. You saw really good separation from Josh Palmer and good separation vertically. And when I was talking about some of the traffic around Josh Allen's feet that didn't allow him to stay in progressions, a lot of that was opportunities for Josh Palmer to make plays down the field. I think this is close. I like how Palmer's getting open. I like where Allen's eyes are to get to Palmer. I'm expecting there to be some big-time production very, very soon. And so it's a little bit like the Joey Bosa thing where I liked how he was playing. I liked the routes. I liked, how he was fitting into the – I liked how he was playing. I liked how he was attacking blocks, and, I thought he was ready to explode for a big game. I'm kind of feeling that way about Josh Palmer here. I think there should be some big, big production here in the very, very near future. So let's talk offensive snap counts here. The Bills' offense was on the field for 75 snaps. Josh Allen, 65 of them. Mitch Trubisky, 10. At running back, James Cook, 35 of 75 snaps. Ray Davis, 20. Ty Johnson, 19. Reggie Gilliam, 19. At tight end, Dawson Knox, 41 of 75 snaps. Dalton Kincaid, 36. Jackson Hawes, 35. And then you only saw 2 reps of Alec Anderson as the big tight end. At wide receiver, Keon Coleman, 38 out of 75 snaps. Joshua Palmer, also 38. Khalil Shakir, 37. Elijah Moore, 30. Tyrell Shavers, 25. Offensive line, Osiris Torrance and Spencer Brown played all 75. McGovern, Edwards, and Dawkins played 67. And then Cedric Van Pran Granger, Ryan Vandemark, and Alec Anderson came in for 8 snaps. Thought there was a little bit of some issues with the interior offensive line in this game. Felt like there was some quick pressure. I felt like there was some communication issues in the run game as well. It wasn't like catastrophic, but I'm used to that being a little tighter. And so I think this offensive line is still kind of coming together in ways that I maybe didn't expect to be the case. I'm not saying it's playing poorly, but I think there's higher levels for this offensive line to achieve that they showed us in past years. And I'm looking for that to come together as well. And so that should get you excited when you start to see some elements on their team that are close, right? And it's week 2. It's not supposed to all be perfect right now. But you think about this Palmer stuff. You think about where this offensive line can go. You like to see Elijah Moore and how he's kind of making a bit of a role here. You're seeing what Jackson Hawes is doing. I feel like the opportunities ahead for this offense, right? They're building, right? It's early in the season, but I like where this is trending and where it can go and the opportunities that make a lot of sense for improvement and growth from this offense. All right, let's talk defense here. And, speaking of growth, I think you saw a lot of growth out of this defense week 1 to week 2. And I think we should really focus in on the run defense, where the Bills' run defense was phenomenal against the Jets. The number 1 EPA per rush defense in the NFL this past week, comfortably by like a big clip. And that's a big transition from where it was last week, where they couldn't stop anything against the run. And surprising, right? Ed Oliver was your best defensive player last week, and he's not available. It was just good team defense. You saw a front 7 that was competing for gaps. You saw good secondary contained elements. You saw some well-executed run blitzes. It was just 11 guys doing their 111. They had an attitude about the way they played. There was an eagerness. These guys are assertive. They tackled unbelievably well. Only 1 missed tackle in this game. It was charged to T.J. Sanders. That's it. That's unbelievable. I thought Bobby Babich called a great game, simplified things a little bit, which was necessary with all the young defensive linemen in this game. And I know that everyone's eager for some commentary on Deion Walker and T.J. Sanders. And I mean this in the nicest possible way. They were fine. That's a compliment to them. they were fine. They weren't getting blown off the ball. They didn't overly stand out in terms of playmaking. They did their job. They defended their gap. And because of that, I think that enabled the other guys to really do what they're supposed to do, to allow that second level and even third level to play downhill and get into gaps and make plays. It allowed Joey Bosa to be the playmaker that he can be. I thought they were fine. I'd say the same thing about Daquan Jones and Zion Logue. It's just they did what they were supposed to do. It wasn't overly flashy, but because they were in their gaps like they're supposed to be, the defense functioned like it was supposed to. It was a good job. Good team defense. That's what I'd say about it. And, of course, the star was Joey Bosa. 7 pressures and a sack and 2 forced fumbles on 15 pass rush snaps. That is silly production. It's all working together for Joey Bosa right now. You watch the tape. This guy is on his game. On his game for sure. And the production that Bosa had, of course, he made plays, and he deserves a lot of credit. Other guys were in the rush lanes like they're supposed to be. And when guys are rushing through their lane like they're supposed to be, the quarterback doesn't have anywhere to go, and you can make plays. The coverage complemented extremely well. You're capping routes. You're forcing quarterbacks to work deeper into progressions. That allows the rush to get there, and Bosa benefited from that. It was just good team defense, which feels really good to say coming out of what we watched in week 1. Good, sound, 111th team defense. Comment here on Trey White. I know that it was his first game back. I thought he was very sound, and the physicality in the run game was what really stood out to me. And part of what the Bills did is they did some basic slanting.
My go-to game is college football right now, and then I would say Madden too.
The formational strength at times, and try to set up some opportunities, and that exposed Trey White and forced him to be a very sound D-gap defender, and he met the moment. 2 really, really nice run stops. Not something you typically say about Tre'Davious White. Of course, Christian Benford was unbelievable as a tackler in this game. Blew up the reverse, and then that tackle on Breece Hall on that 3rd down. I don't know how Breece Hall doesn't get that. Well, the answer is Christian Benford makes an unbelievable tackle that doesn't allow him to get that 1st down. I thought it was a very sound game from Cole Bishop as well. Played fast, physical, in his spots. His timing was so much better in this game. Really, really, really good week-over-week growth.
What's up, all 101 of y'all on Twitch?
I get that.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
You can only play the next game on your schedule, and I think this is a really important foundational part of this year for the Bills with this schedule ahead. Right?
Call it an early
one. Baltimore, things soften up, and I think that was your opportunity to kind of
get in, get out type shit. Appreciate y'all.
Where the defense is going to go mid to late season. And step 1 in that happening is really good. You start to get some players back, build this defense, and I think it has a chance to be a really, really sound unit. One wrinkle that I thought was interesting is you saw Javon Solomon rushing interior gaps quite a bit, which is not something I had on my mind as a possibility. If anything, I've been talking a lot about Greg Rousseau getting those opportunities, so it's interesting to me that Javon Solomon did. But it makes me think a little bit about how Michael Hoyt can be deployed in this defense when he comes back. I mean, we could see some rush packages with Hoyt and Oliver on the inside with Bosa and Rousseau on the outside. That sounds good to me. But I thought that was an interesting layer. I'm not sure it was overly effective, but he rushed through his lane and was able to be part of the complementary effort of this overall defense. Last thing here on the defense, we'll do defensive snap counts. The Bills continue to deploy the 5-man rush with a pretty good amount of frequency. 23% of Jets passing plays, they faced a 5-man rush. And look, when the game script gets goofy, right, you don't necessarily have to empty your bag. So I think that's a relatively high percentage when you consider this game was kind of out of hand. You didn't really want to show everything, especially in the 4th quarter. You had a lot of garbage time. You're not really going to empty the tank on what your defense can be. So I think you saw the intent of where that wants to go, and I think it'll be an exciting part of what they can unleash against Tua on Thursday night. All right, coming up next, defensive snap counts, studs and duds, and then we'll get into the injury update that Sean McDermott gave us on Monday afternoon. So, folks, be sure to stick with me. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however I want to bet, whether that's spreads, over-unders, player props, building those same-game parlays, or even jumping live as the action unfolds. Makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the best way to add a little energy to your Sunday. And look, I love the profit boosts. I love to log into FanDuel in the morning and see what profit boosts are available, claim them, and then bet them and have some fun. And a lot of times, it's a game or something that I'm interested in, or sometimes it's not.
I smoked the field goal game.
Get in on a 30% or a 50% profit boost. So
I'm getting it cracking.
If you're ready to play, download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, folks, welcome back. Defensive snap counts. The Bills only played 47 snaps of defense, which they didn't play a lot of snaps. I think 56 snaps, maybe something like that in week 1. There's not a single defensive player that's played 100 defensive snaps yet through 2 games. I think the most is Bishop. I think he's played 98. I don't think another player on the defense has played more than 90 snaps. Foil that against the Dolphins on a short week, right? They're coming to Buffalo. Their defense has played 137 snaps in 2 games, and they have 6 defenders that have played over 100 snaps.
Once again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We up to 246 live in this motherfucker. Let's go, man.
Under those circumstances, I think benefits the Bills.
Oh, he got me. I didn't see him in the middle of the field. Fuck, I thought I had a touchdown.
All right, 47 defensive snaps.
Fuck, I thought I had a touchdown.
Defensive tackle, TJ Sanders, 23 of them.
It's okay.
Deanna Walker, 22.
It's okay.
Daquan Jones, 22. Zion Logue, 16. See how light of a workload that is? I mean, you could see defensive
as soon as you live, blood up, turned it up.
Okay. These guys aren't even at 25. Defensive end, Epinesa played 26 of 47 snaps. Bosa also 26. Rousseau 25. Javon Solomon
We up
23.
to 315. What's up,
Linebacker Terrell Bernard 37 of 47 snaps. Dorian Williams 30. Matt Milano 23. Joe Andreessen 10. At corner, Christian Benford 37 of 47 snaps. Cam Lewis 33. Trey White 26. Dorian Strong 21. Brandon Codrington 10. Jamarcus Ingram 11. Interesting, Dorian Strong went to the gunner role on the punt team. So he's a jammer on punt return. He's a gunner on punt. So it's him and Sam Franklin. Those are big spots for the special teams units. And then at safety, Cole Bishop, all 47 snaps. Taylor Rapp, 37. DeMar Hamlin, 20. Studs and duds. Spoiler, no duds this week. If I put you down as a dud, you had to be pretty bad. Like, you couldn't just, drop a pass. Now, if it's a high-leverage drop or something like that, but I just didn't feel compelled to put anybody down as a dud. I don't think anybody was spectacularly bad.
That's my fault on a bad read.
We do have some studs.
Let's go, Bills.
Obvious.
2-0.
Christian Benford.
Beat the Ravens.
Those huge plays that he made against the run were huge. And obviously, Jets.
We got action this year, man.
Trey White, stud. Had opportunities to defend the run. I thought his coverage was really sound. James Cook, obvious stud. Sam Franklin, obvious stud for what he did setting the tone on special teams. And then I just want to put the tight ends blocking. I think it's hard to put Knox in there because, he was unbelievable as a blocker, but 2 drops, it's not going to make you a stud. Hawes, phenomenal job.
Appreciate that, blood.
With the blocking.
Yeah,
so
appreciate that, blood.
Tight end blocking as a stud.
Follow my boy King Devon as well.
Follow
my boy, finna go live in a minute.
All right, let's touch on these injuries real quick. Sean McDermott met with the media on Monday afternoon. Of course, he was asked about Josh Allen's nose.
King Devon _24 here on Twitch.
Kind of joking about
Get there as soon as he go live.
I don't think it got any bigger overnight. He said, I think we're in a good spot.
Bro, whatever he playing is content. Whatever he playing is action.
He was asked straight up if it was broken.
I should throw. Oh, he fumbled. Get the fuck on, man.
I don't know that. He said it was just gushing blood. So, point being is I don't think there's any concern that this is going to be an issue or keep Josh Allen out or create any complications. Certainly, Sean McDermott didn't give us any indication on that. I am curious to hear from Josh. I'm curious to hear from Dr. Kyle Trimble on this, but from Sean McDermott, he was kind of chuckling about it, which not normal for Sean to kind of have that type of demeanor when talking injuries. Taron Johnson, Cam Lewis, and Shaq Thompson all limited participants in practice on Monday. So that's a good sign for all of those guys. We don't have the injury designation as of the recording of this podcast for Cam Lewis, so we'll
thank goodness for challenges.
I'm Matt Milano. He's not practicing on Monday. Sean McDermott said he's dealing with a pectoral injury. And when asked about the timeline, Sean McDermott said, we'll see. He didn't give much. He normally doesn't, right? So we know that Matt Milano won't practice on Monday, has a pectoral injury. Stay tuned on that. Ed Oliver not practicing Monday. Jordan Hancock practicing in full. So we'll obviously monitor those throughout the course of the week. It's a short week, so you know that makes for some complications with availability and all those types of things.
The fucking
all right, folks,
seed.
There you have it. All 22 review in the book.
Seed.
And now we will focus on the Dolphins. So we'll have Bill Squad, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. That'll be our, it's a weird week, so that will be the normal Thursday episode. So we're doing that on Tuesday, and then, of course, we're going live after Bills Dolphins on Thursday night. We still have the full primer to do. We got crossover Thursday with Kyle Krabs of Locked On Dolphins. Final thoughts, predictions, all the stuff in the Substack. It's all happening here in this smushed week. So if you're part of the Substack or, obviously listening to this podcast, just know it's all coming, and it's going to come pretty fast here in a very tight amount of time. So don't miss anything. Make sure that you're subscribed. We'd love it if you took a second to rate, review, and share the
appreciate
podcast.
That, Tyler.
Have a great rest of your day. Go Bills.
Definitely appreciate that, Tyler. Go Bills.
Real soon.
On bro. Appreciate that. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
False. Not gonna cry about it. Don't let him get away. Oh no. He's gonna run for 50 yards. For the flag. No?
Hopefully it's on them.
There's a flag.
Be great. That means it's on them.
Probably.
It's a hold.
Has to be on the Bills, right? Has to be.
Has to be.
That's not going back.
It's going back. He just thumbed it back.
4 yards, but how about the technique to switch the ball to the correct side? That was awesome.
No.
It never ends. It's all right. It never ends.
40-yard rush.
And then an extra few yards after. Why not?
Well, you're going to get the stunt and the pressure on the left side. Josh Allen's good as anybody getting out of there, but like I told you, the D-line's going to get backs every game. But Josh Allen,
fucking defensive lineman,
go 30, 40 yards running.
what will they do, Jets?
And he was wide the fuck open.
There you go. All right, Michael Carter.
Stop celebrating and let them kick a
Fuck! For what now?
The quarterback might have been Clemens. Well, they definitely hit him.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's
Sam
the same
Stein.
fucking shit
Shout
every
out
fucking
Sam
year.
Stein.
This guy shouldn't be on the team either.
Bye, Michael Clemens.
The only thing you can't do is
Bye, Michael.
It's 3rd and 18. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck is this freaking bum doing?
What? Dude. Bye, Michael Clemens, unfortunately. Well, he did whip his head back like he's really hurt, but come on. You can't.
You suck. There you go. Let them have
Oh,
it.
AG's killing.
Because it matters. You gotta get. This is how you lose games again.
What the fuck is
The
that?
biggest issue with the team last year, besides them just sucking on defense, really,
Rip it out.
is the lack of discipline, the
This
fucking
is
penalties.
incredible.
But this motherfucker, year in and year out, Mike Clemens, another idiot who shouldn't be on the damn roster, and here he is, 15-yard penalty, game killer, game changer. I'm fucking fed up.
This is a fundamental football. What are you doing? It's like somebody paid him to do that. It's like, why would you do that?
Offside on the Jets.
Yeah.
He still got it anyway. It doesn't matter. Fucking Christ. I hate this team. Why did I pick them? What was I doing?
All that money for plays like
It's 50-50 Bill fans, too.
The pain is real.
just that little one after this play here. What I think on that. Here's a little bootleg for
Throw
Fields.
it away. Okay, he's got something.
A little bit.
And he fumbled the
He
ball.
And Bill's ball. Holy shit. Is there any way that Fields' leg was down? Is there any way that Fields' leg was down?
Epinesa with the recovery.
Can we look at the replay?
Oh my God.
2 games.
45th fumble since 2021. Leads the NFL. That I didn't know.
Tuesdays in Pittsburgh. Textbook punch.
That ball is
Nah, he's
free. Jesus, dude. What are you looking at?
I didn't see
Oh,
it.
you've been praying for
I was
it.
watching upfield.
As good, I believe, as Buffalo. There's like 4 or 5 teams that separate, and they do it every year, and they win games.
What else do we want to do today?
I don't know, but I'm going to shut the TV off in a second. Go get a haircut or something. I got things I can do.
And the NFL on first down. They go
Smith.
What the actual fuck was that?
You forgot about me. Arian Smith.
Well, whatever you just gained from that, you lost 15 yards on a single play.
The 50 loss of 12.
It's
my
almost like
God.
they knew the play.
Cover 2, which means this corner out here has to protect the flat.
No, Fields is holding onto the ball for too long. Look at this.
And that's gonna.
No, nobody blocked
No.
this guy.
You're not accountable.
Not even touched him. This guy came in unblocked.
By Bobby Babbage, D coordinator, and Sean McDermott, the
I don't even know who to blame there.
Oh my God! In the film room, they're gonna be like, "This was your guy."
adjusted the spot, so it's actually
What was that?
set back.
That's a really bad football play.
Don't check it down.
Time for Fields to fire.
He's got it.
1 foot down.
He caught it.
Only 1 foot.
Arian Smith, who just got
He got it. First catch for Smith, rookie.
so much of it back and more.
Big catch.
You got 2 feet there?
Yes.
Is the formation
Tell me this is on the Jets again.
Tre'Davious White in his return to the Bills. He was inactive last week and battling a little groin injury, and
This team is so bad.
that play, but there is that
Tell me it's on the Jets.
scrimmage. Here's your buddy Cleat.
It's an offside on the Jets. Decline.
Well, this
Who
is
was
what the Jets
offside?
do. They block it up and they use Fields' arm. He's got a big arm. He can throw. He get it out.
Obviously, it's on the Jets. Motherfucker, dude.
So he's asking,
Yeah, what's the call? Now what?
Offside, offense number 82, that coming decline. Ruling in the field is an incomplete pass.
Oh, there you
See,
go.
I said only 1 foot down.
That's what it was. But now you can challenge.
But now
the
you got a
Jets.
penalty.
Jets, there's a whole bunch to go into here that I'm.
Now you can challenge it if you're the Jets.
Let's see if he caught it first. Then we'll take this thing.
One.
Nah, so I said, in live time, I said 1
So
foot.
did not have the second foot down. Penalty declines. It's a 3rd and 20 instead of 2nd and 25.
And he's gonna get.
Come on!
It's
You
behind
gotta
him.
catch that!
Behind him. You can't blame
I
him.
don't
That was
give a
shitty
shit.
pass.
Touch that.
Shitty fucking pass.
And that's how you put that bitch in the box right before the half. Let's go, man.
Happens to quarterbacks sometimes.
This is just getting silly.
Right here, slow down. He's trying to turn.
It's behind him.
Yeah, it was behind him, but both fingers touched that ball, both hands.
And so what? He's gonna catch the ball and still be short 14, 13 yards.
Everything in the organization.
He got him.
There's Allen.
Made
Nothing.
Made, yeah,
Maybe
got
nothing.
back.
People around here still remember too.
Uh-oh,
Back
what
in
happened?
2018,
Something happened.
Jets.
Something happened to him.
Coming out. Yeah.
He's bleeding. His nose is gushing blood.
That's
28, 27. All right, who's the backup? Mitchell Trubisky, get in there, buddy.
His nose is busted. That sucks.
Whatever, Trubisky, get in there.
He's gushing.
Ooh, his nose is bleeding. You're gonna call? I'd call a timeout if I'm the fucking Bills.
Right? He got hit in the face.
I think he got punched in the nose.
Right there.
That hand
It ripped his nose nostril.
72. It was Clemens.
Clemens, that fucker.
Clemens' fucking nose. Raped him across the nose.
so many. This is a
Michael
Watch this
Clemens.
idiot come in and right away. No way. Give me a fucking break
Penalty.
on the Jets. Who do you think it's on?
No, it's on them. I think he face masked off.
Told you, it's on the defense.
Is it?
Who else can it be on? You think it'd be on the Jets?
I'm just
Or
hoping.
it is on the Jets. Think it'd be on the Bills?
I'm just hoping. Yeah, he's bleeding good.
on the road against
I think
Holding.
This is the worst fucking team ever. You suck.
I'm
You
laughing.
fucking
It's
suck. This
funny.
isn't funny.
it's funny. They suck so bad.
This is stupid. Oh, the Jets will do some stupid bullshit, because they always do. Silent count. Wide open route to run.
There you go. Drop.
What fucking
What's
Christ
the flag
almighty! Every fucking play, you guys get a flag!
Good enough football to be in a close game right now.
Prior to the pass, holding.
Yeah, the refs
Again?
are not fucking helping.
They call what they see.
Mistakes. That one on third down again.
He was behind them a little bit. He wasn't
You
holding.
call what you see. You call what you see.
You're going to play man this much. You've got to use the.
That's a holding. Clear as day.
You can't hold someone for that long, and I understand. You know,
Yeah, that's why he dropped it. It was perfectly.
Well, you know what? If Mike Glenn sticks with his word, you're off the team if you make a mistake. They're going to have no team by week 5.
No team.
They're going to have no team by week 5.
first downs of defensive penalties as
Rip the fucking ball out.
This is insane.
it's down.
Every drive continues with penalties.
And you see how
And I'm sure if there's no penalties, the ref will find one.
to have violence.
They don't have it out for the Jets. The Jets have it out against themselves because they suck.
But how is this possible?
Look at that, Jim. Force
Look, you tell me how it's possible. It's just they're undisciplined.
What is the? It's literally a new
Different regime.
whole regime.
Different regime, same bullshit. You can't take the Jets out of the Jets. They're still the Jets.
Out with a quad injury. This defense is looking up to the challenge. Yep. Second and 15.
And put off the hole right there.
He's in trouble. He's not going to get a
Paul was wide open. I thought that was like a screen pass. Paul hit blocked. He got blocked back. He still circled right there. You couldn't dump it over the head to this guy.
squad this week. Zion Logue.
3rd and 25.
10. And this is where the eyes.
Now you got to pray on a defensive penalty, which is usually not going to happen because the Bills are
He's
disciplined.
looking there, but he gets off and
Watch
shoots
now.
right
Now he's by himself.
Why did he get? You see,
And at this point, you
he's wide open. And the line couldn't hold, or he looked off too quick. I don't know what happened there.
that brings the Jets' total yards for the game to 5.
Delayed handoff.
As they face 3rd and 25.
I give up football. What a shame. What a damn shame.
That was an important drive, too, because you built up, you could hear the
Listen to this crowd.
Boo! Now you know why Jet fans don't show up. Because they play like this.
Right, you're gonna pay hundreds of dollars.
You had a game in your hands last week and you blew it. Now you're going to start 0-4. Congratulations, guys.
last week. The momentum, the team, we're going to come out.
All right. You just gotta go fucking
Penalties, and it's like,
regroup.
come on, be yourselves. It doesn't look like
It's only
last week at
13
all right
nothing.
now.
It's not that bad yet.
It's 13-0. That's not great.
Grabs that snap, goes a little to the side.
Was it holding?
Down to the 20.
Why are you over pursuing on a fucking kick like that? I don't get it.
You need a bank on a turnover. Something. Defense has to do something here.
Why does nobody break down 5 yards before the guy?
Aaron Glenn, you're Mr.
They go right
Defensive
by.
Mastermind. Get your guys to fucking force a turnover. Just a thought.
Who's the special teams fucking coach? It's horrible.
Entire team sucks.
Fans want to capitalize on
We're not going to have a team next week because they got to get rid of a lot of these guys making mistakes.
We'll find the end zone next.
According to AG,
So could you.
you can't make mistakes on this team.
Code Red Zone for a live
Apparently you can. 'Cause that's nothing but a mistake. The entire,
been nothing
the
but a
entire
mistake.
team, the entire franchise is a mistake.
He took some snaps and went back out there, but expect him to ice it throughout this game.
Wide open.
He's gone.
Holy
He's
shit, that's a
fucking gone.
touchdown.
Yeah, he's gone. Look, look at him give
That
up.
was impressive.
touchdown and a brilliant run. Put that
That was impressive. You got to give him credit where it's due.
each game. But
I can see it develop easily.
I'm not even mad at that. That was impressive. I'm mad at us, but like, ugh.
This defense is.
If I were
horrific.
them, I'd go for 2. Make it 21-0.
move back to the other side.
Look at this. Look at this. You tackle his foot.
You hear Tony?
Williams has got his foot.
Hey, shut the fuck up, dude.
Touchdown of the game. I'm not saying he's underrated, Jim, but I'm saying he's underrated, and he said it too. There's my guy. How good is this guy?
I'd go for 2.
Who's underrated? He's playing the Jets. Give me a break.
The same Jets that, gave up 34
Now,
points
we
to
make
Pittsburgh.
fun of that same Jets. Jesus.
You are home. You're supposed to be competitive against Buffalo. What is this?
Let's face it, at all. He doesn't recognize his team.
Man, the poor fans that waste their money.
Now you know why Jet fans don't show up.
I know.
Because they suck.
Did as questionable.
This guy sucks as a coordinator, too.
In his hand for most of the
Steve Wilkes, is that his name?
Jermaine
I don't know, but there's Robert Saleh in disguise. Some reason we still got him.
Yeah, what is that? Wait a minute.
He's looking around. There's Robert Saleh. I knew we still got this guy. Jesus.
He came back.
In disguise.
Put a beard on.
He's like, shh. Like Bobby Valentine.
I was thinking the same thing.
He's pointing at a block.
Who
He fell
just
down.
tripped?
He fell down.
Who the fuck just tripped?
Carter. Who else?
Elijah Moore.
Carter, what better on your shoes?
Lazard, a non-factor.
Get rid of it.
It's behind him again. He didn't get it.
I think right at the line. Go
I
for
think
it.
he's
You gotta
short.
go for it then. What are you gonna do? Go for it.
Go
Look at that. He's really putting it sharp. Timeout. Where is he putting the ball? He's putting like a yard and some inches.
Because it's behind him again.
Look. Yeah, watch where he marks the ball. Way back.
Because he's still fighting for the yards. Well, that looked like he had it, like.
Yes. He has
What?
the fucking.
What did he just say? They're not going for it?
Because they marked it short of where it was.
It's 2 feet. You gotta go
They're
for
gonna
it.
fake it. Yeah, me too. There you go.
You suck.
It's all right. Stiggers.
Why not go for it? You're down 20 fucking points.
Josh is taking it himself. Go get him. Look, he's got him himself.
Holding on the Bills. Go back. Holding on the fucking Bills. What? How?
Pass interference. Pass interference.
Pass interference. He
It's a
held
run
on to the
play.
ball. What are you talking about? Holding on the defense, maybe? Yeah.
Who's he holding? Who's he holding?
That's impressive. That's
Thanks,
Tony.
Tony.
History, by the way, that record. Davis able to string it along for another good game.
It's not about that. It's about them just eating the entire quarter.
All you gotta do is run.
We had one
you're up
possession.
20 points. Run. Yep. And he fucking sucked. Instead of going for it, because you're down 20 fucking
Yeah, what are
points.
you doing? What are they doing? You're down 20 at home,
This coach so
and you
far
don't go for it?
doesn't go for it when he should, and then goes for 2 points when he should. So far, that's what he's showing me.
Yeah, there's not many decisions to make as a coach.
When
Really,
you're down
as the
that
game's
many
going.
points, you gotta
He
go
hasn't
for
made
it.
a good decision yet. Nothing that I went, yeah, that was a great decision. A couple bad ones though.
Oh, he's sacked. What the fuck?
Oh God, he's taking himself for a touchdown.
Got a first down. Got out of a sack by Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, Sauce. Good job, buddy.
For you one time against Chase.
Way to break down, Sauce. Way to do it. How is he tackling? Did you see Sauce's tackle? One hand on his back trying to pull his jersey. Where is laying out with your fucking chest and shoulder into the middle of his back? No, Sauce tries to grab him with a hand. Sauce is like a $1.65. Are you kidding?
Shout out everybody watching, gang. I appreciate everybody.
mean,
I
should've
definitely
already scored.
appreciate y'all tuning in. On bro.
Yay, touchdown!
That's sweet.
We missed it.
Come on, defense.
What?
Come on,
He's
defense.
hurt. Helmet's off. That means he's hurt.
Double
He said shoulder. Here?
Give him
I read
that.
his
Is
lips. He
he-
said shoulder.
What? Kick.
Let's see what happens since we missed it watching somebody else's dumb game. Did you see that play? Watch this. Who's this guy tackling at 41 on the air, right there? What was
How
that?
about he hurt himself, by the way. Whatever, Cisco, is that his name? Fucking diving on the ground.
His shoulder.
He dislocated his own shoulder by missing a tackle.
Look, his arm.
Because he missed a tackle, because he's an idiot. Great.
Even at 30-3, these guys can't move the ball. When you know Buffalo's resting a couple guys now, give me a break.
He's still getting one way the whole
He
time. And he
even
got
on
hit as he
that,
threw it.
even on that, when you saw the line collapsing, he should have been breaking out a half a second early. It's so obvious when
Ooh,
the
now
play
he's-
breaks down.
now he's-
It was immediate. Now he's got a leg injury. You see him limping. Yeah, little ankle injury.
When he made that
He's looking one way.
Twisted ankle. Great.
short territory there,
Slam to the ground.
where each drive became huge, and he almost got one there too.
Yeah, he's like
If he
limping.
stays healthy, this is going to be a huge
30-3. Let's keep him in.
when they have to eventually meet the
And
Chiefs.
he's
Brooklyn sacked.
And he
That's a
fumbled the
fumble
ball.
and Buffalo got it. Nah, we got lucky.
Why are we looking at replays when the ball snapped? That's what I want to know.
And the Jets with an ugly
Exactly.
series, 3 and out. Well, I don't want to block him one-on-one with a tight end.
This is one of the ugliest games.
What the hell is the tight end doing? Rookie tight end that got burnt. What's his name? Mason Taylor?
And now, hey, go up there and block.
Why is the rookie guy out there blocking these Bosa?
I already said it. You shouldn't have the starters out there anymore. Oh, you hit the punter.
End over end. And angle goes out of bounds. So, well played.
All right, who's coming in for quarterback?
16.
Tyrod, maybe?
Look at the 16.
Tyrod Taylor's coming out to quarterback.
Yay! Yippee!
First home game, we got this backup coming in.
I said before, you're fucking down 27 points. You should pull Justin, and now he's got a concussion. Good job, coach. Good job.
And a twisted
Fucking
ankle.
asshole. Now his neck is broken,
Yeah,
his
he might
leg's
be out
broken.
for a week or two now.
Yippee. We're horrible.
This is a bad team. Inside handoff. Sweep that way. No. Give it a ball. Touchdown.
Rucker. That's his first touchdown in his career. There you go, buddy.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah. There you go, Rucker. Give him the ball.
Sarcastic
What's he
crowd.
throwing it to the fucking ref for?
Sarcastic cheer.
Keep your ball. He throws it to the ref.
He had a really good camp. Well, these two franchises since 2018.
Who's making these graphics? Who the fuck is making
Second
these
best
graphics?
second best in the NFL since 2018 behind Patrick Mahomes. Come on, that's what the fuck I'm talking about right there. 78 and 33. Come on, man.
NFL.
Come on, man.
Probably with the
Come
Giants,
on, man.
Since 2018.
Since 2018, 78 and 33. Come on, man.
81?
You took Sam Darnold.
In Josh, I trust.
I'd say that's correct. Well, think of it. Ready? Since 2018, I will tell you every record. Ready? I'll tell you how many wins.
It's the hard.
Well, I'll tell you it right now. Starting in 2018, 4 wins, 7 wins, 2 wins, 4 wins, 7 wins, 7 wins, 5 wins per season. That adds up to about 35, 36, 37, 38, whatever the fuck it was. Duh.
I should have layered it a little bit more. I should have let him more.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first 15. Please put the clock up.
Here we go.
And let's get started. Number 5 to D. Butch's points. The best brought some beatdowns across the board. Now, obviously, the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, they're good. Chuck Pagano back in a much better way this week than he was maybe after week 1. He's celebrating the greatest passing quarterback in the history of the NFL. Lamar Jackson's passer rating is now the highest in the history of the league. Look at him holding the ball
Go
right there. No
crazy,
laces.
bro.
Doesn't need them.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, he also happens to run a 4.2 and is the most elusive guy on the field. So not only can he get it done as a running back at quarterback with his arm being the best ever, he's also got an entire team around him filled with absolute dogs. They end up beating the hell out of the Browns. 41-17. D-Butch, your thoughts on this game?
Get
I
the
mean,
fuck
this game just
on. The ball
absolutely
went through
dominated
him.
on the offensive
Come
side of the ball. A lot
on,
of
get the
chirping. I think
fuck
Conman touched on it last week. A lot of chirping between both of these two teams
make this
in the
dumb shit
headlines,
up, man.
and the Ravens got it done.
make this dumb
Browns
shit
did do a
up.
good job with Derrick Henry, kind of sealing him up. But Lamar Jackson, you mentioned it, the all-time leader, passer rating, and also the all-time leader at the quarterback position when it
Can't
comes to
make this
rushing
shit
yards.
up,
So
man.
a beatdown within the division here, Ravens Browns.
Let's talk about in-division beatdowns. Guess who's back?
Back again.
Brand new Lions are back. Tell some friends. MCDC, MCDC, MCDC's got the boys buzzing. The Detroit Lions, 52. Chicago Bears, 21. At the beginning, though, Chicago Bears scored 14 points early. So it looked like, oh no, the Lions stink. This is the same old Lions. Maybe Kelvin Shepard, former teammate of ours, friend of ours, should not be handling his press conferences the way he's handling them. Maybe he was speaking a little bit too much cart before the horse, where he's saying we don't make excuses to play football, had a little bit of an edge to him. Hey, you haven't done anything as a DC, is what some people were saying about this man. And then 14 points are scored pretty early by the Chicago Bears. Everybody's like, wait a minute, is this Lions team going to let Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson come into their house and roar all over their faces in a revenge game? And then all of a sudden, something just went like that. And poof, the brand new Lions showed back up. Same old Lions for a while. Then the brand new Lions showed up. And I'll tell you, they just kept on going.
Yeah, they did.
And they ran that shit down their throat. Ben Johnson obviously coming back into town. Welcome back, Bob. We appreciate you going to the division rival. Out of all the different places you could have went. Players mentioned that. Fans mentioned that, and MCDC treated the game that way. Are we all the way back to just believing the Lions are the brand new Lions and just get rid of what we saw in Week 1 against the Green Bay Packers, who might be the best team in ball, D-Budge?
The Packers might be the best team in ball. And yeah, I'm all the way back on the Lions. I wasn't too far out. It's Week 1. You know, Week 1 is all about just getting a win. How can you figure out a way to get a win? Obviously, they didn't get it done. It takes time. It takes time to build some continuity with the play callers, with the players. Jared Goff looked like his old self, getting the ball around, had the running game going. Gibbs, Montgomery, St. Brown, they all scored, I believe, for the 9th time, which is the most by any trio in NFL history. Saw that on the So I love that goof getting in there. And I love the saltiness. I love the saltiness by the Lions fans. Ben Johnson coming back. Way to welcome back, putting a 50 burger up on the board.
Yeah, 52 must be nice. Foxy, today a little bit better than 1 week ago from today?
Yeah, we're all the way back. Super Bowl is on. 3 touchdowns for St. Brown, a touchdown for J-Mo, a touchdown for Sonic and Knuckles. Jared Goff, 5 touchdown passes. No, not ass and cheeks. Jared Goff, 5 touchdown passes, no turnovers. They looked incredible. I am all the way back.
Congrats to Detroit. We didn't want to celebrate your demise, but it did look like it was coming right in front of our eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And instead, you're all the way back. Did MCDC and them Lions move that rock out of the cave? Sure felt like it there.
Yes.
They are all the way back. That was a huge statement for Week 2. And then let's talk about the team that also, you talk about the Packers maybe being the best team in ball. There's a team up there in Buffalo.
What's up, how everybody
that had
doing,
Hard
gang?
Knocks. That's the current MVP. Buffalo Bills just
trying to get these
absolutely
dubs, man.
smacked
It's
the
a
New
struggle,
York Jets.
goddamn.
As we're watching this game take place, we're all wondering to ourselves, oh no, this might not be good for the Steelers. this might not be good for the Steelers, because the Jets looked very good against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin Fields all over the place, spinning it, running it. The defensive intensity and accountability for the New York Jets was exactly what we thought it would be under Aaron Glenn's head coaching leadership. But then inevitably what happened was the Buffalo Bills were the Buffalo Bills. They end up winning 30-10 over the New York Jets. Couple division blowouts here. What does that say to you, D-Budge?
You know, divisional opponents, they mean a little bit more during the season. You want to send a message to everyone. And one of my favorite things I love to see in the National Football League, when a guy who's deserving some money gets his money and then he shows up and shows out early and often. That was James Cook yesterday. It wasn't pretty as far as the stat sheet for Josh Allen. If you had some parlays or some prop bets, you probably didn't hit a bunch of them, but he did his thing, took care of the ball, had some runs, had a little scary injury there with his nose, but he came back, finished the game. Just an all-around dominant performance in the AFC East with the Bills over the New York Football Jets.
I think Josh Allen probably appreciates the fact that he's going to have the photo with the
the thing.
Like the nose.
Black eye.
He's probably not fun. I'm not saying it's a good thing, and it's going to suck to sleep. You know, that's going to sneezing. Oh my God.
Oh my God. And we're getting into cold season too.
Josh, vitamin C.
Yeah.
Get it. He can't be sneezing with that entire situation. Obviously, getting punched in the face is no fun. He's tough, son. I mean, there's no questions asked. So there were some beatdowns yesterday. Congrats to the teams that showcased that they are great, either once again or will continue to do as such. Let's go to number 4, a team that everybody thought was going to be great. Spent all the money this weekend, or this offseason. Burrow breaks his toe.
Oh, no.
They're saying he's out at least 3 months.
Long time.
He was healthy in training camp. They paid his wide receivers. They get Hendrickson back. Shamar Stewart said okay to the clause. Everything that was kind of tumultuous ended up being smooth sailing. This is going to be the best Cincinnati Bengals. Holy hell, they won a game.
Yeah.
Now they got home. Sam Hubbard's the ruler of the jungle. Need to be calling the crowd, get in there a little bit earlier, huh? We want this place to be electrifying as Trevor Lawrence, Liam Cohen come into town, and they get a win. congrats to the Bengals getting a huge win. Could have lost that game multiple times. Get a huge win, and that's a positive. They can't buy a break.
No, they can't. No, they can't.
This team cannot buy a break in Cincinnati. They tried to buy their players out. They're
Yo, what up, gang? My boy live. Getting Call of Duty cracking.
Should be missing. Search and destroy.
What up, gang?
Search and destroy. I think this is a good way to start off.
What a chat at? How the fuck do I got it?
I already started. And we already down 2-1.
Not good enough,
Down
Black
3-1
Ops.
now.
Find another way.
Yo, shout out to my brother, man. Gaming, man. I told y'all for all your college football content, Madden content, anything sports related, Bills Mafia related, man, y'all go check them out, man. Dope stream. I'm actually watching him right now. Told y'all I got him pulled up on the
Search
phone.
and destroy.
And I got my other guy pulled up on my laptop. And my stream on my stream on Instagram. Oh yeah, my stream.
Guns up. Destroy the objective.
Ooh, it's a spawn flip, so they're gonna come from here. I'll back up.
Oh, stay left.
I should have known going to that window would have got me killed.
Ooh. I was just playing with them niggas. I already know what's up. See? Come on, bro. Get it cracking on their ass. Splash
I ain't
some
gonna
shit
lie.
up.
I'm about to leave.
Ooh, we got a tip on this bitch.
So I'm watching my boys. I'm watching both of my guys stream, and watching this Tampa Bay game. 14-10.
Bro, I done forgot all about the Tampa Bay game, bro. Hold on, gang. Hold on. And it's another game on too right now, I think. $14-10, start of the fourth. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. What them parlays looking like, man? What it look like?
Touchdown. Oh, he missed it? Ooh, damn.
What it look like? Is this a Urple Nurple? Is this a
LSU Alabama?
Yeah, it's cracking, bro.
Hey, them parlays look good. I'm smacking on the WNBA. I got one. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send my WNBA one to you.
Say less. Appreciate it, gang.
I just smacked them for like 30.
On bro. Ooh, out of that. Yeah, I got that.
There we go. That's one. You got this one? Okay, cool. I'm out of here.
Oh, we got Lavery.
Archangel, going in.
Oh, going out.
Get up.
Going out. Yeah, they have an Archangel. I am not trying to deal with that. Who's that? Okay.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Nick Chubb can't run. What's going on with Nick Chubb, man? Somebody tell me what's going on with Nick Chubb. What's happening? It's too late in the game for this man not to have no yard.
Oh.
Hard point located.
At least this one's right here. So we'll
Hard
take
point
this
is
one right
secure.
here.
Hard point is active. Hard point locked down.
Sheesh.
Yo, what up, lady?
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Get the ball. Get. Ooh.
Should have known. I should have known. Oh man, I'm in the bottom of the pack. That's fine.
Hard point identified. Watchdog Hilo incoming on your location.
Fucking play underneath, man.
Hard point active.
We going. Where?
Hard point locked down.
Oh, why would I do? Oh my god. Oh no, he's shooting a rocket. Right?
Me and the boys want to give you a taste of our gratitude.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point is secure.
Get up. Oh my god, I finally found a corner.
Hard point located.
I can get right.
Hard point is active. Hard point locked down.
I'm gonna pick a side. I think it's gonna be this one.
Hostiles have the hard point. Using Archangel. Enemy sentry turret detected in your
They
area.
throwing smoke. That's just crazy. Oh.
Hard point identified.
I might change loadout. Yeah, I'm gonna change loadout.
Eyes on hostile trophy system.
Try this one.
Hard point active.
I
Hard
might
point is
switch
secure.
in loadout. That might help me. Nope. There we go. Ooh, 2 headshots? Okay.
Guess what, guys?
Ooh.
Hostile RCXD in your AO.
Reload. Why do I feel like they're coming over here?
Hard point located.
Maybe not.
Bailey authorizing Watchdog Hero cast. Hard point is
There we
active.
go.
Hard point locked down.
Beat me to it. Shout out to the 5 people we got up in here, man. Shout out to the 5 people we got up in here. Oh.
MTC
Y'all have
nearly dry. Get serious, Crimson.
What
Hostiles
is
have
that
captured the hard
feature?
point.
I was totally acting in self-defense.
Hard point is secure. Hard point identified.
I I gotta see this. Oh, this it threw the grenade over the building.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down.
Threw the grenade over the building. Uh-oh, Mayfield hurt? I heard Mayfield hurt. Oh no, he's up. I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon.
Hostiles have the
Look like you up
hardpoint.
on the street.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Oh, we winning this game by a landslide. Well, I ain't doing that hot. Though. That KD like 1-1. It's bad. And also I ain't been on Call of Duty.
Hardpoint located. Net call. Enemy watchdog Hilo inbound. Archangel's up. Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint is secure.
Come on, we need what? 10 points? 20 points? 250?
Guess what, guys?
Ooh. That's game. Oh, we only got 7 seconds left. That's game.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Area pacified. Move to the LZ. Hilo's on the way.
Damn. Okay. My guys are like, what are you going crazy right now? Like I'm like legit hella proud of my guys. My guys been grinding, putting in them streams, man, putting in the hours, man. I'm really proud of my guys, bro. And it's not trying to be on like no clout chasing or nothing, but like I'm like legit proud of my guys, bro. They've been putting in a bunch of time into their streams, so. So shout out to my guys, man. Shout out, like I said, LD Gaming, y'all go check him out, man. Y'all go check out my boy DJ Marco Pesos. Another streamer watch FlyRep TV, FlyRep_TV. That's gonna be your 2K content. I'm being them 2K streets in a minute, man. I'm being them 2K streets in a minute. Chris. Give me a little time. Streamlabs got that.
Enemy sniper working.
the hell just happened? Y'all told me just shoot him. Yeah, all right.
Grenade incoming.
I had recently streamed like a couple days ago, literally streamed a couple days ago, and I had somebody come in and watch my stream, and they hit me up on TikTok, and they was like how long you been streaming, type stuff, da da da. I said like, you know, so this is a certain amount of time, da da da, and he was like, how many like viewers do you usually average? And I was just like, you know, I mean, I don't know, good day. Shit, it might be like Brady with that grenade. I was like, you know, on the average, maybe like, you know, between like 0, 10, you know, 10 on a good day. And he was like, well, why do you know, keep doing it if your viewer count is low? And I was just like, bro, I don't do it just because, you know, views coming or like just like always just a popular trend to do. Like, I know the views and everything is coming, like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you just gotta be patient, watch your turn, man. You know what I'm saying? Really just be patient, wait your turn, bro. Cause everything gonna fall right into place, bro. You just put in that work to keep grinding. I went from being like somebody that was just playing games to like having a set schedule, knowing my niche, like what fits me, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about being like authentically you know what I'm saying? When you be authentically you, like people will start gravitating to you. So like, and it also helps, like, you gotta put in that footwork, you gotta put in that grind. Like, you gotta promote yourself, you gotta, you know, talk about yourself. It's something that you do, that's something that you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you be like, oh, I play Call of Duty, this, that, and third, I live stream, you know what I'm saying?
Clip
be
that
proud of
shit.
Because, you know what I'm saying, that may be your stress reliever or something that you, yeah. That you love to do, and you know what I'm saying, something that you really passionate about. Like, I'm really passionate about like gaming and doing other stuff and commentary and all other stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, you know, why do you keep doing it if you ain't getting no views? Like, I'm like, bro, because that's where people lose focus at. They lose focus. Oh shit! How'd you do the thing, mate? They get focused and get lost in all these views and everything, and it's just like, bro, like once you like really fall in love with what you're doing, oh, switch. Once you really fall in love with what you're doing, man, everything else gonna fall into place. And I really love what I'm doing, but I definitely got to get a more consistent, like, super schedule, like, just for real. For life, man. So, but I'm thinking, cause I write out everything, so I think if I stick with my consistent schedule, no matter what, that'll just discipline me even more to just like go harder for y'all each and every time. So it's just like, cause I've tried to do like, oh, certain days we'll play these games and certain days. I'm just like, man, some days I don't really feel like playing that game. I rather do this, or I rather react, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about being patient, being polished, wait your turn, and, you know, find people that, you know, have the same interests. Like, you see my guys going crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? See my guys going crazy. Cause shit, I really watch their content. Like, when they be live, I literally be popping in there. Like, even actually, I'm popping in there, I'm seeing what's going on. I'm watching the game like it's a real football game. I'm watching Call of Duty, like, I'm rooting for them, you know what I'm saying? So I got real genuine like friends, people I done known for a long time. That's in this and they doing it and they killing it though. Like they putting in that groundwork. They putting in that.
Requesting recon above.
They putting in that work to be great. So of course, if you gonna put the work in, and the only results you can get is great result. Ooh, headshot. Great results when you put in that work. So. Ain't nothing to it. What to do it? Ooh. Shit. I still got the kill though. Get away from the door! Dickhead! Jesus Christ, man, get away from the door! Okay, we still good? Up, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay. My frame rate didn't drop, did it? This is real slow. I'll tell you, I gotta fix that, man. I got to fix it.
Enemy sniper working. All operators to your nearest CCP. We just got our ass kicked. Don't let them take you alive.
Did I stop streaming? Oh no. $14.7. This looks like a good ass game. Fuck. 14.7. Let's check one.
Fuck.
Okay. Ooh, what? Did he catch that? He caught that?
Nigga, that's what I'm saying, dog.
Now that is a crazy play. That is a crazy play. I ain't gonna lie.
And this game be fucking with it, bro. Like my.
Man, 5 seconds for the half. Get it off. Ooh.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, he dropped it. Dang.
Buddy should have kicked that shit on, bro.
Man, they whoo. Chat 14-13 for this Bucks game. 4th quarter, 3 minutes. Tampa up. Ooh, broke. He gone. He is gone. Oh. Oh, it's a flag. Who is that? Number 11? Number 11 on the Texans? I know football, but I don't know, like, everybody.
Kill confirmed.
Uh-oh.
Shoot to kill. We're not
No
here
flag
to
on the play. 3 minutes. flip already?
Taking the lead. Stay on task.
Jesus Christ. How you get car flip already? Ooh. I shot him first. Wow. Oh, that must be that new shotgun that they added. If that's a good. I got hit with it again. Godly. Alright. This.
Hostile counter UAV established above. Enemy care package above.
Enemy care package above. Where is that? Oh. He must have heard me say I was going to go get that fly mine. Back at it. Oh my god, but they got sniped. Come on, man. Yo. Alright. I don't want to bring out my sniper.
SAM turret operational.
He's still there. Come out the van. Come out the van.
Me and the boys want to give you a piece of our gratitude.
Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
Enemy UAV inbound. Hostile care package inbound.
Come on, man. I really gotta find something to get my kill streak just a little bit faster. Oh, UAV still doing this thing.
TACOM, I need eyes overhead.
Hostile counter UAV established above.
Counter UAV. I got Archangel. Oh my god. Damn. I was 10 points away from the LDDR. Okay, let's go.
Totally acting in self-defense.
Okay.
I was totally
That's
acting
cool.
in self-defense.
We'll use this to go right there. What is, oh, right here. Dang. Okay. Oh, out the roof. Okay. Come on, man. Back the fuck up. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay, good luck.
Come on, that grenade didn't stick to him. Come on. Oh my god. How long it been like? An hour? What? Oh, the car blew up. Get the fuck out of here.
Temper it up.
Enemy care package above.
you over my WNBA bet for tomorrow.
Bet. Go ahead, send that shit, blood. Got it, gang.
Just sent that over. Right there. All right, bro. I just sent that bet over to you, man. Take a look at that. Tell me what you think about that. Tell me what you think about that. Oh my God, they just took you on commercial. Let's see if I pull up on my desktop.
Hey, that motherfucker like a green bean, shorty. Get out. Good catch. Good catch. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Get in the box.
You know that was bullshit. Now you know that shit was bullshit.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, man. That motherfucker like a green bean to me, blood. Great way to end the third. We got action, game.
Games and stuff coming up. I want us all to put like a. I want us all to put like a parlay in, man.
Like back in the day type shit.
In stream and get a
Pick.
parlay going.
Catch the ball.
Everybody get some money.
Back in the day type shit, bro.
Dude, I think that's the best way to cook up.
We was going through so much bread back in the day, bro. Buying shoes, buying whatever, bro.
Oh, I'm HBC. Okay. Protect me.
How you ain't smoking, buddy?
Y'all did not protect me. Y'all suck.
Bro, pick the ball off, man.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Do you think, Gerald, that the Chiefs dynasty is over?
So when you use the term dynasty to me means dominant.
They have been.
So from 2018, I think 2022, they're the only team in NFL history that averaged 28 plus points. That was extremely dominant. The dominant part is over. Them being contenders is not over. As long as 15 is there and Andy Reid is there, it's not over. They are still contenders. But here's the problem. They hit the scene the way they hit the scene and took over the league, it made us spoiled to where we're like, look at how they dominate offensively, they this and this. But if you look at history, all of these great offenses, eventually the league catches up. Everybody catches up at some point. The greatest show on turf, even when the Chip Kelly Eagles and all of that, you look at Tom Brady and them in 07, you're dealing with the greatest minds and athletes in the world. Eventually they're going to catch up. But also remember this, Andy Reid technically has never had a bad quarterback because he always finds a way to make the offense look really good. Then you took Patrick Mahomes, who's that talented, and put him in that offense. But look at what he got drafted to. A Hall of Fame wide receiver, a Hall of Fame tight end in his prime, to a Hall of Fame coach. They didn't even know Chris Jones was going to be what he was, but he a Hall of Famer too. This is how it started. Well, now what makes Patrick Mahomes and this group so great is they find a way. Last year, we went in so far as to say that we thought the refs was on their side. They were getting lucky. They were finding a way to edge out these games, and they went 15-2. They didn't beat Philly because the formula to beat any top quarterback, we've seen it with Tom Brady, we've seen it with Patrick Mahomes, that D-line, if they're dominating, that's how you neutralize this. Now we're looking at a sense of, man, the Chiefs lost 2 games in a row. This is not what we're used to. We've just gotten spoiled to what now we forget. Tom then won them Super Bowls, and then he done win another one for 10 years.
Yeah.
People eventually catch up. That doesn't take away from your greatness, but dynasty, that means dominant. That portion of people coming in playing the Chiefs where they like, oh, it's the Chiefs, they always gonna find a way to come back, and woo, everybody's scared, and that aura that you talk about, that's over with. Everybody's seeing that the aura of the Chiefs, they're human. But also, let's take into account what they're dealing with right now. Xavier Worthy out. Rashee Rice out. They're trying to figure out how to operate this offense. Travis Kelce is not who he used to be. Is he still viable? He had that play yesterday, but that's why they say it's a game of inches. That one, if you go look at all the numbers, penalties, first downs, yards, everything was separated by that one play. They got one extra possession and lost by 3. But also, who are they facing? They face the Chargers, who's a division rival, and they face the defending champs again.
So you see them in the
week
playoffs.
2. It's week 2. The dynasty, I believe, dynasty to me is dominance over a period of time. I feel like them dominating everybody is over. Are they still a top of the tiered team? I believe so. Yeah.
To me, that dynasty is chip appearance after chip appearance after chip appearance. And shit, they was just there last year. 3 games ago, they was in the chips. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't think the dynasty is over. They lost a game by 3 points, week 1. Good football team. They took the champs to the wire yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's over, man. They was a drop pass by Kelce away from taking the lead with 7 minutes left, a 4-point lead, 7 minutes left. They was this close. Like G said, it's a game of inches, man. So it happened. It happens before. The Patriots 2018 started 2-1, and everybody was having this same conversation. That dynasty is over with. Shit, we lost to Tom them in the chip that year. You know what I'm saying? They started off 1-2. We lost to them in the chip. So it happens. They searching for receiver. They need help at receiver. After week 6, they go and get a healthy-ass Rashee Rice back. And I think they need to make a play and get a nice veteran downfield guy, because when they can throw the ball downfield, now you open up that run game. That's their real offense. Their offense is based on him being able to show that arm off and throw the ball, max protect, get the ball downfield. When they don't have no wideouts out there, you could do what the Eagles did last night. They blitz the hell out you, or don't blitz the hell out you. Play man, load the middle, and like, bro, it's play 2 men. It's too hard to play football when Mahomes can't throw the ball downfield. So
Even to your point, Keith, did you see how physical them Phillies DBs was being with them? They not afraid of nobody.
They're not afraid of him at all.
They
So
not afraid.
when Rashee Rice get back, that's going to slow down a little bit. If they go make a play for a Tyreek or
Listen,
one of
that's
these
what I was about to
guys,
say. Hey,
then them safeties gonna back their ass back up.
I'm in the DMs of Miami. I'm in the DMs of Miami. Hey, listen, I see y'all having issues with Reed.
You got a second round pick. Then you get us offense what they want. You need that down the field threat.
Okay, but
in order to open up that run game.
Taekwon Thornton got deep late. That brought it back to
you need him too. He'll be part of it. Now you had Thornton over here, a vet over here, and you had Kelsey and Rasheed working in the middle. That'll back all that stuff up. And then Andy will be able to get back to his run game. They just not able to run the ball right now because you can load the box. You don't even know the receivers. Like Thornton, people don't even know who that guy is. You don't fear him. So I mean,
6 games is a long time.
They just handicapped. They just handicapped right now. You know what I'm saying? But we seen the Patriots go to the chip without dominating the first 6-7 weeks of the season.
And that's why I said dynasty to me is like dominant. Like it's where they are still competitive. Like you're not writing off the Chiefs. You're not doing that. But it's like Golden State. They was in the chip every year. Then they had that little down period. Then they won it again. You know what I'm saying? Like it can go like that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think the dynasty's over. And talk about dominance though, to that definition. I mean, they've gone to the AFC Championship 7 years in a row.
Come on now.
The last 7 years they've gone to the AFC Championship. They've gone to 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls. They've won the AFC West 9 years in a row, and they've won 3 Super Bowls under Patrick Mahomes.
That ain't a dynasty.
That is dynasty.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It is. Now, to say because they lose 2 games and they struggle to say it's over, absolutely not. I will say, though, I am worried about this offense, and you guys had some good points. It just felt like, to me, Patrick Mahomes looked different yesterday. And he wasn't comfortable, and he was missing wide-open guys, and his eyes started dropping to the line of scrimmage because he's worried about the pass rush. He's not going through progression, and he's doing these double clutches. And I know that's part of his game, and he's unorthodox, but it looked like a guy that wasn't confident to me, or that didn't have confidence yesterday. And it's not that it wasn't confidence in himself, but it was the guys around him. Like you mentioned, Rashee Rice is out until week 7. You don't have Xavier Worthy out there. Travis Kelce is not the Travis Kelce that we're used to seeing. On that play, I guarantee you they run that play 100 times, they hit all 100. That time yesterday, they missed it. And we're not used to seeing that. Now, I don't know if that was Mahomes or Kelce or who that was on, and you can say it was a low throw, but that's where you're taught to throw it. Down by the goal line, it's bang, bang. You throw it to that front hip, let him go down, protect himself. That was an issue for me. And the other thing, the run game is non-existent. Patrick Mahomes has been your leading rusher the last 2 weeks. That is not winning football. The offensive line has to be better. But what they do have, and in my opinion, what I think is going to help them stay afloat until they get these guys back is the X factor in Andy Reid. He is a phenomenal play caller.
Absolutely.
He protected Mahomes yesterday. If you notice in the second half, all right, we know that Fangio is going to light our ass up. They're bringing pressure. We're going to go quick game. We're going to move the pocket.
I'm finna stop playing this
shit. Those quick throws to Travis Kelce on a stick route. Those quick slant routes on the outside, and then we're going to hit Thornton over the top once we lull you to sleep. That's what we're going to do. The other thing that I think is a big factor in this and that people forget is that Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. No matter what he looks like, they are the team to beat in the AFC.
As long as he's there.
And I made a rankings last week with Kinsey about who's the top player or top quarterback in the NFL. Mahomes is still 1. Until you beat him, and I know Allen looks great and Jackson looks great, but he is still 1. And until another team can come in there and at least not allow them to go to the AFC Championship, that dynasty is still on. I think they're going to figure it out. We see this every year where they have a couple weeks where they struggle.
So you're still picking them to win the AFC?
I still think that. I think they go to the AFC Championship and they lose to the Buffalo Bills. I would do. I still believe that. Until you show me otherwise.
Bro, fuck is you talking
not
about?
A team that has injuries and struggled again. And they almost won both these games, by the way. It's not like they got blown out. They almost won these games. They had a chance to win. And the defense looked a lot better this game. They were a lot more comfortable with Spags' play calling. They got off after Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. But no, until someone beats them, they are still the team to beat.
To your point, Jalen threw for 101 yards and they won the game.
Yeah.
They had 216 total offensive yards and they won the game at Kansas City against what you saw in training camp was a highly motivated team to get revenge over being down 40-6 with 3 minutes left in the Super Bowl. It was 40-6. That's motivation. In your house at Arrowhead, you got to say no. So, to me, it's a one play. Well, let me do your first question. I do think the dynasty is done. I don't think they're going to get back to the championship game or the Super Bowl. Now, maybe in 2 years or 3 years, I'm not saying they'll never get back because they'll have Mahomes for a long time. But his numbers have fallen over the last 2 years, and his numbers have fallen over these first 2 games because my eyes are telling me he's at least as dangerous with his legs
nigga ain't catch the ball
as he is with his arm. Because he ran 7 times for 66 yards, and their best play now is him pump faking and deacon and juking and running. And he doesn't look very fast, but at 240, he can motor. I mean, once he gets unleashed a little bit, he can
He's
go.
running everybody over.
Yeah. All right. So
He's
it's
running everybody right on the sideline too.
So it's a one-play game.
Yep.
And they have gone 74 yards in 14 plays, which is hard to do against Philly's defense to go 14 plays because you're going to make one little mistake and they're going to get you because they're that good.
Yep.
So you get it 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line, and you throw it to 87, who's not just your Robin. He's been your Batman. You've been Batman, and he's been Batman, but he ain't the same. And you throw it as you should down here, and Patrick took the blame after that. He said I threw it a tad early, and maybe because it looked like Kelsey was a little shocked by it, but what? It's just a little quick turn in where you're only 6 yards to the goal line, and it hits you right there. Well, obviously you have to catch that, especially if you're Travis Kelce.
You have to.
And you've been talking. I said this the other day on the show. You've been talking a better game than you're playing because you keep saying I'm the leader. I've got to show you I'm going to lead on the football field. Well, again, Philly goes 2 for 2 in the red zone. You go 1 for 2 in the red zone because 87 dropped it at the goal line. And if it hits you in the hands, it's a drop. I don't care what you say. And then this is lame. This is cheap. This is low rent to me. Travis Kelce ducked the media after the game. And I know you're talking, Keith, about the media, but for the sake of your teammates in that locker room, if you drop the ball that changed the game, they went from they had a 53% chance of winning the game as the ball hit his hands, and it dropped to 24% because he got a bad break because it ricochets right to Andrew Makuba, who's another Howie Roseman steal in the 2nd round out of Texas, and he's you. He's a ball. He plays safety, but he's a ball hawk. He's got that. He's always in the right place at the wrong time. And so he snatches out of the air, and then he returns at 41 yards. And all of a sudden, it's about to be 17-13 Kansas City, and it's 20-10 Philadelphia, and the game is effectively over at that point, right? Okay, so afterward, Travis Kelce has to stand in his locker or sit in his locker, whatever he chooses to do, and he has to take it. And he has to take it so that they don't come to you and ask you about, well, what about the drop? And they don't come to you and ask you, what about the drop? And you have to try to cover for him. It's weak.
So you think Travis Kelce is the problem?
Come on, man.
They're going to come ask G about the drop and me about the drop. Anyway.
Okay, but not so much if he just completely takes the blame. And Patrick took it for him. I was a tad early. Do you think it's maybe a tad early? But
no. So on that play right there, that's a good point. So what you're taught, and we go back and watch the tape. They've done it a million times before. You have a full clear out, right? You clear out 2 guys. You have Travis Kelce is going to push outside, sell it like he's going to the flat, turn inside. You know that you have to have a sense of urgency to get your head around. I don't think it was necessarily the drop. I think it was the fact that, I don't want to say lazy, but he didn't have that sense of urgency to get his head around. Patrick Mahomes threw it exactly where he needed it. If that's more in front or it's higher, then that inside backer is going to get in front of it anyways, or he's going to hit you in the chest. You have to throw that right when they turn on the front hip so he can fall down, catch it, and protect himself. It was a perfect rep. I think, to your point, I think it was Travis Kelce's fault. Now, Mahomes is going to take the blame as he should as the quarterback, but he's got to get his head around quicker. You practice that all week. You are, down at the goal line, everything happens so much quicker.
It was a little bit slower all week. In this type of game, it was just that's what Eagles line do to you. They speed you up that 0.2 seconds, and it was just a 0.2 seconds, bro. It wasn't nobody's fault. It was just unfortunate. He threw it a little early. He could have got his head around faster. If that shit happened, I bet you Kelce went straight to Mahomes and said, bro, I got to catch that. And Mahomes said, nah, bro, that's on me. I got to throw that a little bit later.
Agreed.
So it's both of them going to take the blame for it. Whoever takes the blame, as far as the media, who gives a fuck, Skip? They don't give a, they are a dynasty. They don't give a fuck what the media think. They going to get that shit fixed internally Who gives a fuck what the media say?
And the media's gonna hate on the Chiefs regardless.
We keep talking about the offense. Let's not take credit away from the defense.
Yeah.
If you look at how physical these DB, and that's why I'm saying the aura, figuring it out, people understood that Tom was going to figure it out at some point. We just got to give it our best shot and see what happens. They understand that about the Chiefs.
And they did.
But the thing about them is that where it's like, okay, I can't only play Kels a certain way. The way he was getting pressed, if you have your Travis Kelce, I think that DB played it completely different. He was on Kels. He was on. So when you saying he got to get around faster, I think because like you said, you sell outside or whatever. Old Kels, he can do it how he did it. He don't have that twitch and everything like he used to be.
But
so
he
these
left
DBs
him.
is on him.
No, he won that route.
He fucking left.
But he was right on him.
No,
He left
stemmed
him.
out.
He stemmed out and
sold
left
the
that
flat.
boy 2 yards away
And
from
He
him.
was right on him.
No, he won. I mean,
Man,
He was
hey,
on
I
him.
play
That is
DB.
open over
That
the
is
red
not
zone.
on him.
No.
This is the red zone, bro. You are a two-step. You have no chance to
I'm
make
saying
it
to get
No,
on the ball.
But I think
What I'm
he was.
saying, you
Go
saying
ahead.
getting your head around?
Yeah.
I think he slowed up his operation.
But exactly. That's what I think it came down to. He ran a great route. He just didn't finish the route. You went off the line. You sell outside. We have a perfect play call on for man-to-man. We know there's a whole defender inside. Get your head around that ball's on the front hip. I promise you, whether it was a pass rush, whatever it may be, you work on that every single week in the red zone. Out in the field, it's bang, bang. Down in the red zone, it's bang, bang, bang. I mean, it is that much quicker, and you have to have that sense of urgency. So again, could Mahomes have thrown a little bit of a better ball? It's tough for me to say yes because you're taught low and away. Put it on that front hip so he can protect himself. If you throw it high down the red zone, tips and overthrows, and that's bad things happen. But to that point, I still say I don't want to put a play on Kelce.
I'll say Kelce didn't have it, bro. He fucking left Cooper DeJean as 2 yards away from him.
He did.
He did win.
Fucking,
He won. Yeah.
Left him 2 yards away from him and just barely got his head back. Oh shit, you threw it. The D-line's gonna speed up Patrick. That's why Patrick told you, bro. It's on me. I threw it a fucking half a tick early because I was
I thought
sped
it was
up.
a little early. I thought
He
it was
just
a
threw it a little
I
bit
don't
early
think
because
he
he was
was
sped
sped
up.
up.
But if
That's
he throws
it.
it any later, ain't that like
The whole. That's what I'm
He
saying.
gonna get his ass hit,
But that's
but he still
No.
got a half a second to
Or
get
that
the-
inside defender jump stat. And you guys know, I mean, his reaction.
You can't jump it that far, bro. The ball got tipped. He took 2 more steps and then picked it. A half a second, bro. That ball is traveling like this. He could wait a 0.3 seconds and throw that ball in there. Kelce gonna get it, take that little hit, and get up and celebrate.
But to
bro.
my point,
he threw it
for
early.
two guys that have done it together for so long, I mean, I'm telling you, you give them that play 100 times, that's a touchdown.
Exactly.
Every time. Why does that happen now? That's what
Because
I'm saying.
Jalen
It's-
Carter and them is coming. That's
I don't
why
know, man.
he was
I
sped
just-
up a little bit all game. That's why. That's the only
they
reason
did.
it
It was a
happened.
quick game, I
That's the
agree, but-
Eagles D-line won that game because they made him speed that shit up 0.3 seconds faster than he wanted to throw it. And hey, that was the result of it.
If you watch the play again too, like you're right. He gives him a great route, beats him outside. It just looks like
he murdered him.
Slow when he turns inside, and Mahomes is expecting him to be there. I mean, either way, we can nitpick. I don't want to take away from the Eagles. That defense
That's
last
my
week.
point to you. I'm going to speak as a media member to you, and you can say F you to me if you want. But
probably will.
Travis Kelce.
You'd love to.
Travis Kelce has way too much going on off the field, starting with her, but he's become a celebrity. He's become an actor. He's become a celebrity podcaster. And I know your game that you guys played. It requires extreme focus.
I mean, you were saying that
Just-
about Micah. He has
yeah,
nothing to do
like-
now but watch
okay.
film.
But see, Micah don't. I mean, Travis don't bash his teammates on his show.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So if
But he
if
just,
you,
it's a lack of focus, he's saying.
I mean, once
Less
you
about
get to
bashing your
a
team.
Kelce type level, long as my body in shape, I've been running the same offense for years.
Yeah.
Long as I'm ready to go, I'm hydrated, I'm healthy. Bro, I got time to do an hour and a half.
But you
podcast.
haven't been playing at that Travis
But he
Kelce.
had,
So
no,
I would be
it was
taking a step back.
third down, where Mahomes go? Work the shit out of
Oh
him.
no, we're not gonna act like Kels wasn't cooking yet.
What?
He
No.
still cooking, bro. He's still cooking.
He was cooking, bro. Cooper DeJean, game on the line. Where I'm going, Kelce, work the shit out of Cooper DeJean, lead him.
Okay, he got four balls.
Exactly, bro. Like, bro, he still was fucking cooking.
No, he was.
Just to defend the player versus the media, I understand how you may feel like it's weak that happened, but you got to understand this. You know our game, but when we finish a game and something like that happens, especially you got to think what Kelsey's thinking. That's the same team just blew us out of the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Then they came in our crib and beat us again.
They did.
And a big part of that will be on me and the play I made. We don't know just because he is in the celebrity eye. He has so much more responsibility to operate and say certain things, but also remember this. Yes, we talk after the game, but we also have in-week interviews. So he probably like, I ain't there right now. Let me get up out of here. I'll talk to you. Because they going to ask him again.
Okay,
Let me cool
Skip,
off.
you got to have the guts.
Skip,
you got to have the guts.
But he probably know, like, listen, I know how I am. I'm probably triggered right now. I'm probably going to say some BS. Let me get up out of
He
here.
probably saved himself 40
But you got to think, if he say some BS, that fall now, his wife going to have to answer the question, well, your husband said that. He went from being Travis Kelce to married to Taylor Swift. Everything changes when your celebrity changes.
You can't react.
So he knows if I say some BS, now she got to deal with it.
Hey, you know what he's doing? He's waiting to do it on the podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's gonna get him paid.
Celebrity and all this. Skip, he can't help it. He pulled Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That's his aura.
It's fine. I got that. But that's
just because he's a damn good football player, that don't mean he can't have a damn good
but his life has changed.
Agreed.
It's completely changed.
It is.
But he said he cooked on
his play on that field, everybody gets older and slow down a little bit.
That's what I think.
But he's still fucking
Man,
cooking.
he still was cooking.
He was. But
his love
that's
life
not
has
cooking.
anything to
That's
do.
not cooking.
But the problem is,
It's the NFL. Mistakes are made.
Point, though, we've got accustomed to seeing him make that play. And then they had an out route during the game to Kelce, and he just misses him a little wide.
He pissed him off.
They make those in their sleep, and they're starting to miss him because he's so damn good for his whole career. Now you start thinking, well, then what's the issue? Why is he dropping off?
It's because he damn 36.
No, I know.
He missed it in week 2. We had these same issues last year, and they got in the playoffs.
But they don't
He missed it. He's just a little older now, man. I don't think it got anything to do with your celebrity or your podcast or. You get a little older, bro. You get one step slower, bro. It's what
I don't think it's the podcast. The one thing, though, I will say that concerns me, I don't think the dynasty's over, and I might be alone on this, but I felt like yesterday watching the end of the game was the first time I was watching the Chiefs offense, and I didn't think they were going to do it. I felt like the game was over. Normally when
you know why you
Mahomes
felt
has
like
the
that?
ball,
Because you knew none of the receivers out here.
I agree.
He's out here handicapped.
But he's
like,
bro, they still had time. If Pat hit him on that first one, they got tons of time.
Yes, but he didn't. It could be because of who's out there. I get those.
Exactly.
I get there's
That's
other
his first
guys.
time see. Bro probably ran that shit super fast in practice. And then we got in the game. He a little bit tired. He been playing this game. They like, damn.
Maybe.
But I've been throwing it like this all week.
Saquon rushed about 9 yards on the first down. Like, I understand the defense did what they did.
Yeah.
But I've talked to people. You played there. I talked to Kyle Van Noy. Their philosophy in New England, just give 12 another shot. Just give it one more. Just give it one more chance. I understand we've been doing this all game. Give 12 one more shot. I know I was sitting watching that game. If this defense get a stop and 15 get that ball, they got a chance.
I didn't feel that. That was
how I felt.
I felt that with Thornton out there and Juju out there and Kelly. I felt that
Andy just find a way to draw it at 15 operating it. I'm telling you, bro.
That was the first time I've ever watched and didn't feel that. I normally feel.
Live from New York.
What?
These guys.
What happened?
I mean, there were some predictions made, and
Mac Jones is back. I predicted that years
I mean, Brew gets to be happy today. Brew's Ravens won. You called the Eagles-Chiefs game almost to a T. You, on the other hand, oddly, even though I picked the wrong team, my Chiefs-Eagles prediction was closer to accurate than yours. Brew, fair enough. I had a 3-point deficit. Either team could win. I picked Kansas City. You picked a demolition.
Differential.
40-point
embarrassment. This is for Patriots and Mac Jones.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know. I missed. We were both wrong.
Okay. All right. Fair.
I thought it was going to be a big game from Jalen. It wasn't. No, this is just Mac Jones and Patriots specific.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, a little bit of Cam Ward. He had a good play.
Cam looked good.
A
play. A little bit of Bryce. But I mean,
a little bit of Bryce had some good plays in a loss.
They were in the hunt.
A little bit of Bryce.
Bryce?
Yeah, a little bit.
No.
A little bit of Malik Neighbors, top 3 wide receiver.
Okay. No, first of all, that's not even your guy. Second of all, buddy, be careful.
Who was throwing him that ball?
Ooh.
Russ is back.
Oh, this guy. Oh, wow.
We might do a show that's just the intro.
You floated that. Wild sent a late night fever dream email that was essentially that. Like, what if we just do a, did you see this?
Yeah,
for
did you
20
see?
minutes.
Hey, did you see? With no video. But we're starting with an 0-2 start for Kansas City. Mahomes loses 3 in a row for the first time in his career. Also 3 straight to Jalen Hurts. Kelsey coughs up the ball on the goal line. Seemed frustrated during the game. Brew Nick is still processing this. So we're going to start with you.
I was ready to go. I was going to go first. And then literally 20 minutes before the show started, I was walking around outside the studio. And I got aggressively heckled by an Eagles fan, and I now need a little more time.
It's so good.
Like, it has gotten like
mean-spirited heckling?
mean-spirited, intense, almost kind of like the vibe of it was he wanted me to bark back and see how it would go. So I
was
so
about
Brew,
to
you
say,
go ahead.
knowing you, I'm surprised y'all
Well,
didn't fight.
you know what? There was a show. I have a responsibility to be here on the show. So, but go ahead.
Are the Chiefs in trouble?
Chiefs in trouble? No. Look, I know everybody wanted me to come on here and, no. Not as far as making the playoffs and still being a contender. Now, I picked the Ravens to win it all, so I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. But anybody that's saying, oh, they're 0-2, they're not going to make the playoffs, oh, they're not a contender, that's crazy. Like, so no. And here's the thing. They lost 20-17 to the defending Super Bowl champions who had just blown them away 7 months ago. And to a large degree, I'm not going to say they gave the game away, but they had a lot of self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
First, let's go to their fourth quarter. And I'm going to talk about it. They had this great drive, 17 plays, I think it was, 74 yards or something like that. They get down to Philly 6. Travis Kelce, that's a drop. That's a catch you got to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best tight ends ever. You got to make that catch. If they make that, they're either tying the game or they're going ahead. Yeah, on that drive, I'm saying if he scores, obviously, a touchdown, they're up 17-13. But at the very least, they're going to tie if they can't score. Like, if he just doesn't, it doesn't get intercepted.
Okay.
So that took point. And then, of course, Philly goes down and gets a field goal. So now they go up 10. And Kelsey, it's been a tough start to the season for Kelsey. He admitted he ran the wrong route or didn't run it right, and that's how Xavier Worthy got hurt. Now this drop, I get it that he's feeling. It's kind of like CeeDee Lamb from last week. So but that's self-inflicted. I mean, you don't expect him to. He's not going to keep doing stuff like that. Secondly, Mahomes, when the overthrow of Tyquan Thornton,
brutal.
3:44 left. I think we have it. We're going to have a show. But you don't get any more wide open than that. And he just flat out missed it.
Were you shocked by that?
But I was shocked by it, but he's missed a few again. Young season.
He talked about
he missed
Gray,
Tyquan. He missed Noah Gray in the first play of the game. That one to me is not nearly as damaging because they hit it 40 seconds later.
But it
the 40 seconds matters.
That's
the 40 seconds matters.
Yeah. They came back.
They missed a kick in the game.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
So just things now I'm not saying they would have won. I'm just saying they were right there and they had a lot of self-inflicted wounds. And I think, Nick, too, Andy Reid's 4th and 1 call from his own 36 and the first drive of the third
Super Bowl preview right here.
Andy put it on him.
This is my last one, y'all.
He was thinking that they needed to,
with the wife.
start the drive, this half off with
My
some
last
momentum and do well. And
Appreciate
he obviously
everybody
also was thinking
tuning
they'd
in.
get it. Would you like to go, KW? Because I think you're probably at least a little more concerned than Brew is.
Yes. The problem is these Chiefs don't look like the Chiefs that I felt.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Come on.
go, Buffalo. Hood. Come on. Good catch, AJ. Hey, let's fucking go, man. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. Hey. Shit. That's all right. I should have jumped outside on that, but it's cool. I see. Oh, almost did what he did. That would have been cold. Josh Allen to get the ball. Let's see what they got. Draw, sneak, blast, zone. I don't want to go empty. That might tip. I'm on his ass, though. And we got action. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, essentially that's just a stop. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's a turnover, but I guess it's a stop. He gonna go there, do that. Right. It didn't hurt us. It didn't hurt us. I take it. Let's go. Run it up in the chat. Let's go, gang. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This motherfucker cracking on, bro. Definitely appreciate y'all. That's a goal line look right there. And we go there. This is my first time really running a actual book. Good run. Let's go.
girl walked into a store and tried to buy a gun with a stolen gift card.
What?
But when
Hold on, yo. I'll be right back. And I'm back.
When police arrived, a girl walked into a store and tried to buy a gun with a stolen gift card. But when police arrived, she was left to face the questions alone. Her companion had already slipped away.
So he has a certificate?
She had it. He came to her hotel and asked her if she would come up here. He's a felon, so he couldn't buy a gun.
All right.
Brought it. It was stolen out of my truck last night along with all of my wife's credit cards, all my checkbooks.
You have 2 employees following him?
He does, yeah.
He does.
I came to report it stolen this morning because it was stolen out of my truck last night.
All right.
I got his picture.
So he just handed it to you and asked you to try to redeem it?
Me and my sister, we had a hotel room in Howard Johnson.
Okay.
And he showed up here this morning. He was looking at all this stuff. And he usually brings us like gift cards and stuff. And we always use them at the stores and stuff. So I didn't think none of that. We always use gift cards.
Okay.
We buy them from him sometimes.
Okay. You just got to sit tight for a minute, all right?
White car?
Yeah.
So they are? That's them?
Give me a second. What's up, man? You looking for? You looking for? You don't know who that is? Look. What about You don't know who is either? You sure?
No, I'm sure. I just made the wrong turn. I was supposed to turn left.
Yeah. Well, you gotta sit tight for a minute, man. There's something going on right now, so. Alright. She said he's here to pick up. No, that's what she said, though. So give us a second to figure this out.
Where did you take that picture at?
They had it on their phone. Yeah, just give us a second, man. We'll get this straightened out. So he's here to pick up, he said?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
No, I just know he said his brother or sister or somebody's supposed to be coming to pick him up.
Okay.
He said, I know he usually gets in a white car like that.
Alright. You want to call him? Go ahead.
It's my sister.
Mhm.
He probably called her.
You know how party to a crime works in the state of Georgia? Alright. Pretty much, if there's a crime committed and you're in the group, like if there was a drive-by shooting, for example, I know that's not what happened here, right? And everybody in the car is denying that they're the ones who shot it, but we know the shots came from that car. Everybody in that car is going to get charged with that crime. Now, one person can man up and be like, yeah, I'm the one who pulled the trigger, you know, I'm the one who had it.
I'm fit probably
Now,
he did. I'm not going to jail for him.
you know,
Hold on, let me call
and the way
him.
it can work is you may get charged with it, and later on it may get dropped when he gets caught.
Hold on, let me
I'm just
call
letting you
him.
know. That's pretty much how it works. You're the one who walked in there. I understand what you're saying. And hopefully he'll be honest with it. That way, like I said, if he has a gun, just tell him to turn himself in, you know, we'll work this.
Nigga, where you at? Back home, nigga. Back home, nigga, where you at?
Call that though. Call right there though.
We're good to go for now, man. Thank you for your patience. Now, there's a dude who, he has something stolen. He has a gun on him. He's a known felon. And we were told that someone in a white car is supposed to pick him up. He walked off. That's all. Like I said, we got it cleared up. You're good to go, man.
Can y'all follow me around?
Yeah.
After phoning the suspect, the girl agreed to go pick him up in her car, while the officer followed behind.
He's supposed to be right around here. Yeah. That green car, she's supposed to pick him up, so he's in this area.
Oh, they got him over there on,
Oh, they got him?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Oh, they're out with him?
Yeah.
All right, let me stop her again then.
And that was the guy they got.
Hey, man. All right, I'm gonna take the bro, bro. I'm gonna take the bro, guys. I'm sorry, y'all. I just been going to that. It gotta be, cause I promise you, I was gonna have a good day today.
How do I drive and investigate, man? We
about somebody who's type match the spread team, you're in the same area. That's all it is, man. Just take a breath, all right?
Do you have an ID in here? Did he already get it?
You already got it.
All
But, like, I'm scared 'cause I don't know if I got a warrant or not. But I gotta check it. I don't want to just go to jail right now, bro. I promise you, I'm gonna
Hey, just take a breath, man. Ain't nobody said you going to jail.
I know I gotta talk to my PO, bro. That's the only thing I'm scared about, bro. I just gotta talk to my PO. That's it, bro. Man, why am I crying? Can I get some tissue? Yeah, I'm gonna just. But yeah, I would. Like, I don't want to get in trouble, bro. Is y'all all? It's like.
Hey man, look at me real quick. Let me get a picture of you.
Is that an actual picture?
That is him? Okay. You got a picture to confirm? A recent picture? Oh yeah, that's definitely him. That is him. We have recent history or recent pictures of him. No. That's.
Oh.
You're good. You're good. You're good. All right. So listen, he explained everything that's going on. We had a dude that basically has a gun walking around. Y'all got near the exact same description.
Yeah,
so,
I understand. The mask on. It be cold. That's why I got my mask. Keisha put it in my wallet.
You get a system for what's going on over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I got to get right.
Show up.
I'm really doing good in life though. I got a job and everything. Like,
you're gonna be detained for just a second, okay? Is the female missing?
Well, was out with her, but then when we left, she left.
Oh. All right.
So she took off. So we're
Perfect.
I'm gonna go check one more.
Let's go look for the female.
Appreciate the follow, gang.
Hey, since you got him, apparently the female took off, so we're gonna go try to find her. I'm not even sure. Can we get a description of the female?
We're still looking for that guy. The other guy.
Maybe.
Somehow, the police managed to find the girl's car, and the suspect was with her. An officer initiated a traffic stop on her car, but the suspect ran away, triggering a manhunt.
Hey, put her in, pat her down and put her in the back of our car. Do we have him? No. He's back there. Yeah, the male's still outstanding near Golden Pantry over here.
Get on your face. I'm not going to tell you twice. Get on your face right now.
We got the gun right here next to him.
Yeah, no, it's off to the side. Took it out.
Where was he running from? Hop a fence?
No, so whoever initially called the 80, I watched him cut through, and so I went ahead and came down here. He
Further
was
out,
already
closer, and then right up on it.
We thought he went to that house right here, so we hopped it. And
as soon as I turned down the second street, he was already crossing in front of me. And then he cut up this way as I hit the cul-de-sac. So I pulled out that he was going to the pantry. Made it to the pantry, I saw him right there in the front yard. Took back off, and I got him as he was.
We're going to roll up and we're going to sit on our butts.
This way.
Good. Good.
All right, stand up.
Bring your knee under you. There you go.
Okay.
He's about to read a Miranda real quick.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. Even if you don't want a lawyer now and agree to talk with us, you can at any time change your mind and ask for a lawyer or stop talking with us. All right. Do you understand each of these rights that I explained? Having these rights in mind, you still want to talk to us?
We just have to review that whether you're going to jail or not. It's going to be a little close, okay? Right now, nothing's been decided as far as you going to jail or anything like that. You said his girlfriend just take you and say he hit a lick. Did you say where or what he got? Did you say what he got? You mind if I see that message? So right now we're just trying to figure out everything. When did you link up with him?
He showed up to me and my sister hotel room this morning.
You said he showed up to you and your sister's house what?
Hotel room this morning with that bag.
Oh, with his book bag?
Yeah.
Did he say where he got it from? Okay.
But he stayed giving us like little Walmart gift cards and stuff like that. So I ain't responsible to him.
Okay. I have a couple more questions, and then I'll try to explain to you what's going on, okay? When you were driving, I know you were on the phone with 911, so I could call them later just to confirm. When they asked you to stop, did you know you were on the phone with 911 or no?
No.
No? Okay. Did you tell him that you need to stop, or did he have, I know he had a gun, did he?
He told me just keep going.
He just said keep going?
Yeah, and he had the gun in his hand.
Okay.
He was cussing me out.
Yeah.
He was like, you should have let me go. He was like, you should have just, and he was just fussing. Yeah.
Can you kind of see the stuff that's on the hood of your car?
Yeah.
All the stuff that's coming out. Was this in your car? Is this his? What's all this stuff that's coming out?
I don't know. The foil and stuff is my sister's.
Okay.
And
Like what about all these like Social Security cards and IDs that were finding?
That's his stuff. They kind of use my car because they don't have nowhere to go, so I let them put their stuff in my car.
So was it all in there this morning that it got put in there, or has it been in your car?
Some of that stuff's been in there for days.
Okay.
I don't like when they put stuff in there. I don't really look at it or pay no attention to it because they don't have nowhere to put their stuff. So.
Like I said, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm still leaning both ways. There's a chance that I just let you out of those handcuffs. We're taking into consideration what all happened with that 911 call. I'm probably gonna call in a little bit just to hear to see what it sounds like. So you're saying that after you picked up, you called 911 on your own?
Yeah, I called like literally when I pulled off.
Yeah, like I said, I'm taking that. Yeah.
I thought y'all were waiting down the street.
I don't know where you went because I thought he said that we got him. You know, when you were turning around, the other cop pulled up next to me and he's like, "We're out with him." I'm like, "Is that right? I thought she was about to pick him up." That makes no sense.
Yeah, I thought y'all were waiting in the street.
Yeah.
So when I didn't see y'all pull up, when we pulled to the end of the street, I seen one in the SUV. He was turning back in front because they tried to stop wait right there.
Yeah.
But I don't.
So where did you pick him up from then?
He was literally when I turned around and came up.
He was on that corner?
He ran out the bushes.
Okay. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna talk to the detective. He showed up on scene. I'm gonna say what I can. I'm gonna let him know what you did, and we'll take all that into consideration. Worst case, I feel like right now, if you do get a charge, it will be the party to a crime of theft by receiving. That's going to be your worst case charge, and there's a chance you beat that in court. I mean, that'll be handled later on. Just so you know, I'm just being completely honest with you, right? If you do go to jail, that's what it's going to be for. But I'm going to talk to them, and we'll see if...
Yeah, because
regardless, the car's getting towed, though.
I can't afford that.
But, like I said, we're trying to figure out, because a lot of stuff is coming out of that car with different people's names.
They go from house to house out there. So I didn't leave the stuff in my car a lot of the times.
Because here's the thing. If he's stealing gift cards and stuff from other people, and you're the one using them,
I thought about that.
That's where the theft by receiving part will come into also. But like I say,
yeah, because I showed the other man.
The worst charge is, it is just a misdemeanor, worst case.
I showed the man with his girlfriend text me and said he hit a lick last night.
Yeah. Okay. But there's a chance She did help us get him. Like I said, I told her. She called him back, and then she even can I talk to you? Like I said. Like I said, I got out with that right before any of that happened, and she's like, he left, right? So I was like, why don't you call him, see where he is? Because right now you're the only one we have on scene. You know, regardless, we got stolen goods, party to a crime, right? Even if he's the one who did it, you're the only one we have right now. So she called him, and she's like, you follow me, and I'll pick him up. You know, that's how we got out with him. As I was following her, another officer came up next to me and was like, we're out with him now. So I wasn't worried about her because I was like, oh, they got him. But then they got the wrong guy. And then I lost sight of her. But she dialed 911 on her own, and he didn't know she dialed 911. And that's how we tracked her with the phase 2.
Okay.
Because she was like, it's him and not me that's doing all the stealing, you know? And it's like, yeah, she's not the one doing the stealing, but there still is the theft by receiving part to it. But she did help us get him.
Yeah. So what's that by receiving? What are you saying that she received?
Stolen gift cards.
Gift card, okay.
She's pretty she might not admit it, but she knows they were stolen and she was using them. Because she got that text on her phone, you know, where the dude said he got a good pickup last night or something. He had a good find or something. Did she give you the passcode to her phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you'll see that text message.
It's all about proving the 10. Like, do you feel like she had 10 that she knew that they were stolen? I mean, I asked her, she said she didn't know anything about.
Yeah, I mean, she never said she knew, but it's sort of one of those that makes sense, but she never knew.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have no problem letting her walk. She helped us get the dude. But I don't know how the department feels about stuff like that. You know, I feel like I'm kind of new on how they do stuff. Because I'm always worried about, you know, the bigger criminal. And like I said, we got him because of her.
She didn't like rough me out or nothing like that.
But she didn't stop because he had a gun on her. He never pointed it at her. And like, he didn't know she was on 911 while they were in the car. So she did pick him up, and then she said she was on 911 so that we could find him. And she stayed on 911. She never hung up the phone until we caught out with him. And as soon as the police cars were here, he was like, go, but she pulled over. Like I said, I feel like she helped us get him. But
I mean, I talked to her, she didn't have an idea that he was breaking in the car.
Yeah.
He came her, but she did commit a federal crime because she tried to buy a firearm for the big felon.
yeah, that's the thing I was telling her. It's like, if you know that he has a, because she's the one who said that he's a felon. Well, you know he's a felon.
Yeah.
You're trying to buy it.
Okay.
I'll lose no sleep letting her walk, but.
Yeah. Let me just check with O'Neal real quick.
Yeah, I mean, unless you really need him, but I don't know what. So is she going 600 or no?
I'll find out in a second.
Fortunately, the woman was let go soon after. Officers told her they might pursue charges later for buying the weapon for a felon. All of the stolen gift cards and checkbooks in her car were returned to their owner. As for the suspect, he was charged with theft by receiving stolen property, obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and receipt, possession, or transfer of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Put it down! Drop it! Turn around! Turn around! You see this? Coming! Be quick!
On July 20th, 2022, two officers from the Appleton Police Department in Wisconsin respond to a domestic disturbance. Two women on scene tell the rest of the backstory.
She came home from work and her husband, I guess, was going off on her over something. And he was drunk?
Yeah, so he took care of my kids drunk.
So I came here to get her, so we can go to the park to get her away from that. She runs out of the house to tell me to get out of the driveway because he's pulling off and he was going to hit my car. So he's driving drunk.
You were at work?
Yes, I was working. His kid's right there.
Do you want to go talk with him?
Yeah. Hello, sir. You mind talking to me for a sec?
Pardon me?
You mind talking to me for a sec?
I don't want to talk to you.
Why not?
My house.
Okay, and you don't want to talk to me?
No.
Officers from the Moline Police Department in Illinois received reports of a suspect pointing a firearm at someone from their vehicle. An officer spots a car parked at a residence matching the description of the one from the incident and begins his investigation into the people who live there.
I might have the vehicle from the 1032. Can I get a unit to the front of the residence? They're looking out this back window. They know I'm here. Just keep an eye on it, make sure no one leaves.
Murphy, you got eyes on the dog.
Negative, I'm walking around to the front. The dog's on a leash, though. Haley, can you come here and talk to me? Just come here and grab your dog.
What the f is going on? Beanie, you knock it off, they do. Can you just follow
Is
me?
Ariel inside right now? What's going on with her? Does she have a gun? I think she just pointed a gun at someone. That's why I'm asking you.
She left. She has all of her stuff. I'm sure you can see.
I saw her looking out the back window at me.
Yeah, she knows you guys are here. She was coming out to talk to you. Coming this way. She did not leave.
The other officer who was making sure no one leaves sees the suspect, Ariel, exit out the back of the residence.
Hey, good. How you doing? Oh, yeah, I was another female in the back.
I'm smoking weed.
You're good. It's Illinois. As long as you're at your house. So no weapons or nothing like that on you?
No.
So that's the reason we're out here, okay? So we got a call regarding a similar vehicle. The dog, is it on a leash?
Yeah.
Okay.
My car barely even worked.
Yeah, I got you.
Tires flat.
Tires flat?
No, he's a...
Oh, it's a friendly dog.
Yeah, he's friendly.
Okay. Yeah, similar vehicle, and we're actually in the same area. Watch your cast. He might trip you if he pulls off.
No, I ain't really doing too much driving. You see my...
Yep.
You can search me.
Okay, where's it at?
What?
The gun.
It's not. I don't have a gun. I barely can drive.
So were you just driving this car?
No.
Because I'm going to check video, and we have someone saying it's you. So I just want you to be real with me. If you're honest with me, I can try to help you out.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I will take him inside. I'm so fucking excited that other people are here. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Just be real with me.
Can you come on? Mister, you're not being nice. Can you hold my crutches?
Where is it at? Is it on you?
I don't have guns at all.
Okay, what's on you? Why do you need me to hold your crutches?
Because I thought you was going to search me.
Is this your car?
Yeah, but it don't even work.
Okay, well, I didn't see this car here a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So how did it get here? When did it get here?
Haley. Yeah.
Hey, just talk to me right now, okay?
No, I got proof of... I got proof.
Is there anything illegal on you?
My weed.
I don't care about weed.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, if you ain't got no warrant, like, I'm chilling.
Okay, well, right now you're being detained. Okay?
Can I sit down? My foot is shot.
Can you sit in this chair right here?
Yes.
I'm just gonna pat you down and make sure you don't have any weapons on you, okay? 2 inhalers?
You can show them on the camera.
Can you sit right back here? Can you stay with her? We'll just sit outside. You're not in the
I know, but the kid's in there.
Okay, I'm not gonna try to freak her out or anything. I'm just trying to have a
I mean, she already
conversation.
saw me. Hi. Okay, just be careful. He will not bite you.
Yeah, I know.
But we have to shut this door because he will go on a f***ing run.
Similar vehicle, black female, gray, dark colored hoodie, like sweatshirt. That's where we're at. And with you being in the area, that's why we're here.
Okay, you remember me?
Yeah. See my face? This is why
That
she's
from her?
leaving.
Okay, when did that happen?
I'm just saying, I got in the car. Can you take me upstairs, Libby? I'm so sorry.
As I can tell, she just pulled a gun on someone.
Can I sit now? It's just cold, bro.
Actually, let's chill out here for a second.
Bro, it's freezing cold.
Saying it's cold. Let's just chill out here for a second.
It's freezing
I know
cold,
it's cold,
man.
but like I said, we just gotta escape this.
I mean, it's just freezing
I
cold.
know what it is.
And you ain't got no, even though I'm being detained.
So
can
we have the right to stop you and not stop you from going inside. That's like where we're at, okay? So once I get clear instructions from him, the primary officer, we can let you go inside.
What's
There's
the
no big
clear
deal.
instructions?
Huh? When he comes back out and says, hey, yeah, she can come back, she can come inside.
Let me sit on this there.
Yeah, that's
We trying to fix our cars right now.
what's wrong with your car?
My battery's f***ed up.
You're not in trouble. Okay, when she came in here, you were in the shower?
Yeah, I just got out of the shower. I have a work meeting real soon.
Okay, I'm just getting all this figured out, okay? Were you in here when she came in here? Okay, where'd she go?
She
In
went
the bathroom?
to pee. Yeah.
And then, because I saw her peering out the window as I
That was me.
I saw her.
Oh, okay. So she did look out the window. I was gonna say
Which is
I
what
looked-
drove me here, and then I saw her
Yeah.
car in the back.
I have a Roku camera though. I can show you.
Can I search your bathroom?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
She was here at 6:18.
6:18.
I don't know if that helps you, but yeah, 6:18. That kid.
Did she go down in the basement at all?
No. You can check like right here, I guess. Here. Mister, please, Libby, go put him in your room. Mister, I'm sorry. Not everybody just wants to be licked, okay, honey? I'm so sorry.
Were you wearing a hat or anything?
This is what I wear.
Huh?
This is what I wear.
You weren't wearing anything like a do-rag or anything like that?
I've been in the house chilling.
But you haven't had anything on your head?
No.
You got marks, like you just had something on your head?
I've been chilling.
No, I
I'm
know,
in the
but
house.
I'm wondering, have you had anything on your head, like a hat, do-rag, anything like that? Hey, you have the marks on your head, like you just took some off.
Can we sit? I mean, y'all got gloves on. Can we sit in the house?
No, like I said, this officer's
I'll
here so
find a
you
call
can...
for you, okay?
Does she have a do-rag on?
Because she's got marks on her forehead, like she just had one on and took it off.
Well, she's had one on all day.
What color
She's
is
been
it?
sleeping. But then when she came in, she didn't have
Wait, what color was it that she was wearing earlier?
Blue.
Blue? Okay.
The description was a female with a do-rag on as well, so you're...
I don't even have a do-rag on.
Well, what I'm saying is you have lines, like you took some off and you're telling me you never had anything on.
I've been laying down all day. I'm off pills.
I got you, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from.
My foot, bro. You don't even understand.
How'd you break it?
I jumped off the roof.
Was it your foot or your leg?
I broke my ankle, shattered every bone in my foot.
So it could be in here or it could be in her car still. I'm gonna go let Plain get in the car and see what we find.
Am I good to go?
No, ma'am. They said you have a coat in your car. Do you want me to get that?
I'm saying my foot, bro. That's the problem. Like, what's the difference between me chilling and out?
Okay, I'll be straight with you. My concern letting you go inside is I don't know if that gun is inside, and I can't just let you sit on a couch and maybe have access to a gun. So he's been given consent to search this area, so that's what he's doing to make sure there's not a gun there because there's a child in the house.
I don't know yet. It depends. If I find the gun, probably yes.
Just go search that car.
Is that where it's at?
I don't. We've never seen a gun. She won't. I have a daughter. I'm just saying. Well, I hate her. Just can you please go and tear that car apart?
Yeah, I can't do it without a warrant.
Why?
Is there something illegal in that car?
No.
I need probable cause to search.
No, because she even has legal weed.
Okay.
Because it's from a dispensary. They said she pointed a gun or she shot somebody.
She pointed the gun.
Well, what if she threw it out?
I don't think she'd throw the gun out. I think she'd hide it in here or in her car.
I don't even own a weapon.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you all the evidence that's kind of stacking up right now. These people call in.
Okay.
They say a female matching your description pointed a gun at them and said, "I've been through enough today, having a rough time."
Do you know who you got the information from? No, a pedophile.
I don't know who it came from. So let me keep going. Let me keep
understand
going.
that.
So then your car pulls in, right? They say it's a silver Camry that the female was in, matching your
You
description.
got the license plate to the
Okay,
kid.
I'm gonna keep going. It pulls in. She's got it on her camera, pulling in right at the time that these guys are calling 911. They distinctly say that the female had a blue do-rag on. How come the people inside the house say you've been wearing a blue do-rag all day?
Can I show you my do-rag right now, please?
Where's that?
Can you walk with me?
Okay, so what we're gonna do right now?
You can hold my arm and walk.
Ma'am, what we're gonna do right now, in just a second, just for a second, okay? I'm gonna have you, we're gonna help you, and you're just gonna stand right here. We're just gonna have you look this way, it'll be just a second, okay?
The officer is attempting to get the suspect to participate in a show-up where the victims drive by and identify if the suspect matches the description.
I don't own a blue do-rag. I know exactly. I have a shark on my do-rag.
How come her daughter literally just said you wear a blue do-rag all the time?
It's a shark purple do-rag right here. I swear. I'm finna show you.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do this first.
Tell Haley to find my do-rag. Bro, they said my do-rag blue. The shark. No, it's purple. Can you find it? It's like, it's somewhere. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is purple. That's not blue.
Alright, can we stand over here right for a second?
I can't stand. That's the problem. That's what y'all don't understand.
Can we help you stand right up here?
Hi, this is purple, not blue.
Okay. So
That's very blue. No, that's purple. That's very blue. Like, damn, bro, I was chilling. Can you grab my wheelchair right there then?
Is there a wheelchair?
Yeah, there's a wheelchair. Like, I can't stand on.
And I'm trying to help you.
No, you not.
We're getting your wheelchair, we got your crutches.
What my blue do-rag?
Thought he had being funny.
After conducting a show-up, officers decide they can bring her inside the house safely.
We appreciate you in the wheelchair. You want us to wheel you back and we'll see if it's okay if we can get you on the couch in there and warmed up? Does that work?
Murphy.
Yeah.
Is it okay for her to come in and sit on the couch?
Do you want her in her house?
I'm leaving. I don't care.
No, she doesn't want her in her house.
No, I'm saying I'm leaving. Like, I don't care. She can sit. I told him, do I own a gun?
No, I've already told him that when he asked me. This is who I've already talked to.
Thank you.
You want to talk to me about what happened today?
With her?
No. About you pulling a gun, pointing a gun at someone.
Nobody pulled a gun at nobody, bro.
Can you just stay with her?
Did I talk to him?
He said he matched the description, and he goes, oh, her right leg is busted. That makes sense. He said because when she was in the car, she stepped out and went to the left, but it was like she couldn't get her right out. And then
Quickly search through the whole house, and I haven't seen anything.
You said the do-rag was blue, right? What color is the do-rag?
Purple, but at night, what does everything look like?
Purple don't look like blue at night.
Okay, well, it's also plausible for people to have more than one do-rag.
I don't got more than one.
Okay.
That's real purple.
This seems like quite a coincidence, you know what I mean?
And when I asked you if you were wearing anything, you said you've been chilling. You never said if you had. And I said you had lines on your head like you've been wearing some type of
Because I'm
underwear.
chilling in the house. When you take a nap, do you wake up pretty?
But you weren't taking a nap because you just got here. Right
I've been
before
in
that.
and out. I'm high.
So you guys asked for consent and all in the car.
She said you ain't searching that. That was like 10 minutes ago. She's a little calmer now. You could ask her again. She's gonna say no.
Warren,
Can I talk to you real quick?
Yeah.
Do you care if I just step in here and talk? I just don't want. 10-4. Never mind. We're good.
Well, what's that mean?
I'll tell you here in a second.
Oh no, my cat.
Nope, you're fine.
Hey, gang.
Just sit down. Where are you going? Dude, I'm not going to tell you again.
Shooting.
No.
Shoot.
No.
Shoot. All right, shoot. Shoot.
What are you doing? On the ground. Hands behind your back.
Shoot. Oh, shoot her. I got a gun over here.
What are you doing?
Shoot. Stop. I have a gun over here. Shoot. I have to shoot. Shoot. I got that motherfucker. Stop.
What is your problem?
You know
Did you tell me?
No,
she grabbed my fucking gun.
Shoot. Respect. That's not cool, dude. Y'all should have left me outside.
You're under arrest. I don't know if you can understand that.
Yes.
You're really trying to kick me right now?
Artie, hey, get the gun. Get the gun, because I got another one. Watch, I'm reaching for it. You never searched me.
Well, she said she reached for her pants. She's got one on her.
I got it on me right now. You don't. As soon as I stand up.
Just double lock your cuffs.
It's in my...
I want you to shoot her. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
It's in my...
She just wants you
Stop
to shoot her.
scratching me.
It's in my... You, bitch. You ain't never
I
gonna kiss me
understand you
again.
upstairs. That's never gonna forget this.
You ain't never gonna kiss me again.
That's not cool.
So, Haley, that's it? Haley?
All right.
Haley, that's it?
We will talk. Yes, I will give you a hug. Okay. I will give you a hug if you stop resisting.
No, we're not letting you in.
No, I'm saying I will get down there.
No one's getting near.
We're done.
We're done.
That's on you. You did that. This is what you chose to do and how you just chose to act. I don't know why you would do that, especially when she's here. Can you just act normal and please
You got my
just...
keys?
I do have your keys. Can you please
You
just
know what
act...
to do?
Keep your car? I don't know what to do.
Same reason I jumped.
I don't understand. This is on you, but I need you
gonna
to
bond me
just...
up?
There is no
There's
bond.
no bond.
Why?
Because there's
It's a felony.
Well,
You just
now...
tried disarming an officer.
I don't think you understand. They passed a law here that's a self-act or whatever. They do not let you out. You have to sit in jail until your case is done.
What the fuck?
Stop.
All right, we're gonna stand you up. Let's stand up.
Give me that gun. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, bitch. Don't touch me, bitch.
Do you know how many charges you're picking up by doing this shit?
Yeah, can you just stop?
Are you nice? I ain't gonna do it to you.
All right, let's walk.
Just go. Just please go.
Am I gonna get my crutches?
I will make sure
can't
that...
walk.
Okay.
Carry my back leg or something.
All right, can you hop to the front step and we'll put you in a wheelchair, okay?
I can't. Carry me like y'all do everybody else.
Okay.
Can I get my last kiss from my girlfriend?
One.
Ari, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now look at you.
That's first.
Feet first.
Feet first.
To answer your question, Haley, she's going to jail tonight.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
A records check of the suspect showed that she is a convicted felon for reckless use of a firearm in Iowa. She was previously sentenced to 10 years in prison for that incident. Officers obtained a search warrant for her vehicle and towed it off the property. In the vehicle, officers found a bag full of 9mm ammunition, along with a Glock magazine, similar to the magazine in the gun itself. The gun had no serial number, and a magazine was inserted inside it. There were 14 9mm rounds inside. Ariel was charged with aggravated battery to a peace officer, unlawful use of possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, attempting to disarm a peace officer, and aggravated assault. She is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Did you know that the leading circumstances surrounding officer deaths in 2024 where a gun was used was related to investigative enforcement? And this is why officers cannot take chances. And during my career, I learned that policing isn't just about knowing what's coming. It's about standing in front of the unknown with a calm face and a steady hand, even when the next second could decide if someone lives or dies. And we walk into these situations where every assumption could get us killed, and yet still police are expected to remain the picture of restraint. Now, what makes this video unnerving to me is the unstable behavior of this woman, because a car parked in a quiet residence could be just that, or it could be a staging ground for a life or death confrontation. And you know what caused me a lot of stress is having to read these subtle cues in seconds, because after a while it took a toll on me. There's a knot that builds in your stomach when you approach a house where someone inside might be armed, because they already know that you're coming. Every creak of the porch can feel like an alarm, and every shadow behind a curtain can appear like the barrel of a gun. And honestly, I've been there, exposed while the person inside decided whether it ended with a conversation, a standoff, or a gunshot. Now, thankfully, in certain situations with me, it was just a conversation. In some situations, it was a physical takedown. But it's not just about officer safety, it's about the entire community, because a missed gun means the weapon stays in circulation and the suspect remains emboldened. Because when firearms enter the equation, good enough doesn't exist.
On June 28, 2025, an officer with the
Damn,
Pleasant
this
Prairie
just
Police
happened.
Department in Wisconsin was on patrol when he observed a black sedan with tinted windows run a stop sign and later made a left-hand turn without using his signal. The erratic driving prompted the officer to attempt to stop, but he had no idea what was fueling the driver's unpredictable behavior.
See a black sedan, high rate of speed is the reason for the stop. Coming up to H.
H. Adam King Young 2774.
crossing Meyer Distribution. Outside lane 3, outside lane. 29 speeds 105, approaching 95th, lane 2. Southbound from 95th, right tires. 209 southbound speeds are 70 and increasing, approaching 104th. No traffic. Road conditions good. 209 speeds 99 and increasing, approaching the red light 104th. We are slowing down. Let's see if I can we're flattening tires here, guys, so if we can talk to them, that would be phenomenal. Going through 104. We got both right tires flat. I'm gonna try to slow them down and channel them from the front or head them off. 209 PD, we're still south. Both right tires are flat. 209 both tires are flat. Adam King Young, 2774, unknown occupants. Approaching 116th. It's starting to deflate here. I'm trying to get in front, slow down. Intentional contact, 2 squads have been hit. We need to end this.
Hands! One voice! Hands up! Do not move back! Slow down! We're fine! Slow down! Turn the sirens off!
I don't know how.
Turn the sirens off! Everybody chill out.
You said somebody on command, the police dog will bite you. Do you understand?
Get out and walk towards that police dog.
That's fine. Do not run.
Hands visible.
You okay? I'm fine. He hit Armando.
Yeah, several times.
Keep those hands visible, driver. Crawl out, keep your hands visible.
Yeah. Walk out, walk towards that dog, otherwise we're letting it go.
Get out. Do not run.
All right, you guys got it. Take command.
Step back towards us. Step back towards us. You got hands. Step back. Keep going. Anyone else in the car? Keep coming back. Drop to your knees. 100%. Let's get him back.
It's just me.
Weapons?
In the car, yes.
What's in the car?
Concealed carry, Glock.
You're under arrest.
Yes,
32 in the car.
Yes, sir.
We're good. You got it. Here. We're good. It's all taped. It's not going to go out.
I'm not. Yeah. Hold on. Can you stand there? All right. There we go. All right. We're good. Code 401 in custody. They're clearing the vehicle now.
For speeding. Just so you know, you're in charge of the 10th homicide, okay? For your actions right there. 100%.
Who is in 42? All right. You hit it, right? Without the bumper? All right.
Don't plan on getting out.
Probably the dumbest shit I've ever seen someone do.
Did you piss yourself too? You're so afraid?
They're just flat.
No, I just had like
Step back.
Tires up, so it's gonna have to get towed.
9-8, we're gonna need Lake County for a crash stock. Hold on. Your car's done.
Are you okay though?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Sorry, guys.
So yeah, at least 3 counts of attempt homicide. And I'm gonna be very confident in that charge. You intentionally struck multiple squad cars for a speeding violation. And a stop sign violation.
More in
Sit. There's more in there? Thank you. Hold.
Oh.
Welcome to Prairie.
It's fair. I mean, to be fair, I did not try to strike any cars. I was definitely just trying to get out of the way, but it's alright, it's fine. We do want to have cameras. I did not try to, definitely reckless driving.
What's going on, dude?
How you doing, boss?
You okay?
Yeah, they hit me a couple times, but it wasn't anything damaging to me or whatnot.
All right. Did you take anything tonight?
Oh yeah.
What'd you take?
Crack and cocaine.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long ago did you do it?
Probably, just all day.
All day?
Yeah.
When did you do it last?
Like, probably right before I left Target.
Okay.
So pretty much as soon as he came and got me, so probably like 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. And you're sure you don't want to take you to the hospital?
I'm okay, yeah.
Okay. Do you know how much you took?
Today, crack, about 70 G's, and then coke probably 2.
According to the police report, officers searched the suspect's vehicle and found a glass bong with white residue, a bag containing a white rocky substance, a second bag containing a white powder, a second bong with white residue, and a Glock 19 with laser sight and extended magazine loaded with a single 9mm round. The suspect, identified as Marco Infusino, was taken to a regional hospital in Zion, Illinois, where he was cleared for incarceration. The contents of both bags recovered from the vehicle tested positive for cocaine. According to court documents, Marco was charged with 3 misdemeanors: hit and run, possession of cocaine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was also charged with 6 felonies, fleeing and eluding, and 5 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. A Kenosha court commissioner signed a $75,000 arrest warrant, then set bail at $50,000 after Marco's first court appearance. 8 days later, his bail was lowered again to $15,000. Marco posted the $15,000 cash bond and is currently at an inpatient drug treatment facility until November 2025. His final pretrial hearing is scheduled for December 15, 2025. Marco entered a plea of not guilty and is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
126 over 80.
126 over 80?
Yep.
Damn, bro, your blood pressure's better than mine.
On July 15, 2023, officers from the Kenosha County and Prairie Police Departments in Wisconsin were informed about an escaped convict being transported in Cook County, Illinois. According to news sources, the perpetrator in this video, Wesley Ryan Anderson, who has no known affiliation with the famous director, was being transported as a prisoner who was wanted on a warrant. The transport was conducted by the Park Ridge Police Department, who were on their way to Lake County Jail at 2:38 in the afternoon. Official reports by the police share that Wesley was acting erratic, and officers had noted that he was able to move his handcuffed wrist from his back to his front. This caused officers to pull over on I-294 at mile marker 52. The official report shares they immediately advised dispatch of their location and requested assistance due to Wesley's behavior. The report then shares when officers moved to the back seat to re-secure him and de-escalate his behavior. Wesley broke free from the vehicle. Officers allegedly used a taser, but noted it was ineffective. Wesley then ran across the northbound lanes of traffic and jumped over the concrete barrier median into the southbound lanes. The report goes on to share that Wesley, who is listed as being 6'4" and over 200 pounds, was able to overpower a driver that had stopped. While handcuffed, Wesley took their maroon van. He drove off, effectively escaping the police. Roughly 40 minutes later, Wesley ditched the van and stole a Camaro SS in a residential neighborhood, taking it by physical force. Luckily for the officers, the Camaro was equipped with OnStar. If you are not aware, OnStar is a network-connected vehicle service that provides additional features like collecting diagnostics or providing services like remotely locking doors or finding your car's location. OnStar also has the special ability to assist police in high-speed chases as well, since one of the network features allows the company to prevent the vehicle from accelerating too fast and even has the ability to temporarily disable the vehicle entirely. And so through OnStar, officers were able to find the Camaro's location. This time they were prepared with multiple cruisers from numerous police departments to apprehend Wesley, who had driven roughly 30 miles north out of Illinois and into Wisconsin. It would be over an hour and a half since his initial escape when this dash cam footage begins.
345, I got it. I'm turning around. Got it. Northbound on 136 Ave from the 120 mark.
I'm gonna have OnStar shut it down, Sheriff.
County behind me trying to catch up with me. I'll wait for them to get up here to initiate anything. County, go ahead and initiate. I have spike set up ahead. If you want to take this, I'll take secondary for you.
10-4.
Dispatch has been updated.
County's in front of me. Traffic stops initiated. Go ahead and set up spikes just in case he does flee.
345, Sheriff. I got it northbound at U-Line. Coming up to CJ, trying to stop it. Illinois. I got Prairie behind me.
Reporting.
345, not stopping, coming up to CJ. Speed's 38, traffic medium. Continuing northbound, coming up to Q. Accelerating, speed 70. Missed the spikes at Q and U. Eastbound on Q from U.
Should be getting ready to be shut down right now by OnStar.
345, missed the spikes at U-Line 2. Continuing eastbound Q from U-Line. Traffic is light, speeds are 80, and I'm closing on them. Got spikes at west frontage. Looks like he's gonna go around them. 345 into oncoming traffic at west frontage.
Slowing down, we look like they shut it off. We're on the ramp.
345, we're southbound on the interstate, getting on at Q.
200 right along, been dropped off at CT 31 and Eon, heading to that pursuit.
345, Sheriff, looks like the car is disabled, still rolling slowly southbound on the on-ramp for southbound 94.
Where he's reaching around, he's still trying to accelerate, he's not understanding that he's not going anywhere. Still southbound.
345 Sheriff. We're coming to the end of the on-ramp for 94 southbound. He's reaching around, still rolling slowly.
He's still reaching in the center console.
345, we're stopped.
Heads!
Cover.
Hands up! Hands! Hands up! Hands up! Show the heads now! Hands up now! Heads up! He's got handcuffs! Get your hands up! Stand up! Keep the hands up! Stand up! Keep the hands up now! Keep the hands up now! Danny Moore's got it! Danny Moore's got it!
Dispatch has been updated.
He's buckled up! He's buckled up! Got it. He's gonna reach for the seatbelt! He's gonna reach for the seatbelt!
345 Sheriff, we're giving commands.
No shield at county. Anymore, no shield. Just keep your hands showing. Just keep the hands showing. All right, just keep the hands showing. County. Yes. Come up to me. Come up to me. You're gonna be handcuffed also, all right? We're gonna keep lethal. Move nice and slow, boys.
Yep.
Nice and slow. Just keep the hands. Stop, 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 stop.
Stop it.
Danny Moore, hang on. If you reach for anything, you're gonna be shot. You understand? All right. Why are you pointing your gun at me, please?
It's for all of our safety.
Please. All right. You're gonna take this back. Please, guys, don't do this to me.
Hey, watch our hands here.
We're gonna tase it this close, sir.
Let me see your other hand. Let's see your
My
hands.
hands are right here, sir.
Okay.
Please do not just tase me. Shoot me. Please get a gun on my face.
Somebody got a scissors. We can cut that belt and yank him out.
Stay where you are. He's got handcuffs. He's got handcuffs.
Stay where you are. Do not move.
Just point a gun on him. Please, I don't have anything.
Don't move.
Yep. Get down on the ground.
Once the belt's free, get on the ground.
Down in your hands up right away. Down in your hands up right away. Please don't hit me, guys. Please don't hit me. Down on the ground. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. I won't hurt you. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. You motherfucker. Why'd you do that to me, man? You hit my pants like that. Please take that off. It hurts so bad. I would never hurt you guys. Respectfully.
Calm down, listen to what I'm going to tell you, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm taking this cuff off, you're going to put it right behind your back. Don't put it anywhere else. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, sir. I know you don't give a fuck, but I have a broken collarbone, and I usually take two to get him cuffed. Right. Like, not comfortably, but like not popping out, so please, do whatever you want, pop it out if you want. I understand. I didn't hurt any of you guys if I hurt anyone. I'm sorry. I'm scared of those guys. They made me get my pants and put me on the highway.
Hands in your back.
Did you see what they did to me?
Hands up small of your back.
Ready?
Put me on the fucking highway coming in. This is
345, code 4.
We're gonna sit you. I have proof all over my butt for those.
All right, I hear you.
Please, I'm sure the news is not here. Can you pull my pants up?
You're going to sit up on your butt, okay? Sit up.
Tuck your knees. We're gonna just move him back to your house and then.
Back, we're gonna start. Hold my pants up, please. Hold my pants up, please.
Channels and
Please don't hurt me, guys.
Close that door for me.
I didn't hurt anybody, did I, guys? I didn't hurt anybody, guys, right?
Hang on, I just gotta double check.
No, you're fine.
All right.
Please don't shoot.
Have a seat.
Please, guys, roll this way. Is that fine?
All right, sit up.
I'm trying to. All right, am I okay like this?
Ready? No, we got to sit up. We got to put the seatbelt on.
You gotta sit up. Can you pull my arm?
Yep, ready?
Ready? Yep. Thank you guys for kill me, please. Thank you. Thank you for being cool. Hey, thank you for being cool. Like, you were the only one calm. You really kept it together. Thank you. Thank you. Hey. Hey. I might have a spike in my arm. Hey. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scream at your ear. I might have one of the spikes. Not from the.
Okay.
No, from the, oh, he shot me with it.
Yeah, we'll give you a sub, yep. That's good enough for me. All right. Are you guys, no injuries claimed?
Yeah. He said he's got a broken collarbone, but that would be unrelated.
Yes. I don't know if it's about...
That didn't come from this.
No. We were gentle as all could be.
We absolutely were. It was well coordinated. Thanks, boys.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thank you.
So are we. So.
Thanks for the fun.
Yeah. See you guys.
I didn't get one of those spikes from the taser in my arm.
You didn't get tased by us, though.
No, I got tased by these assholes. Shot me twice. They shot me twice in handcuffs while covered in shit. They made me shit myself in the car, dude. Like, please, I was begging them to let me come to get out. Like, how humiliating is that?
390 is going to stay with the car until we know what kind of tow we want. I'll be 95 with 1 to KCJ. 384 is going to follow. All other KSC units are clear.
That's humiliating. I didn't hurt anybody, right? Nobody got hurt?
I don't know.
You just shot me in the hand?
I just have 6345. Can you give me 21?
I was at the hospital when they left there, sir. Sir. I don't think. Whenever you're done.
Hey, what's up, Jake? Can you text me his 27 if you have it? Because they didn't put it in here right now.
I'm not trying to bitch. Are you on the phone still, sir? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
I apologize.
Sounds good. Bye.
I was having chest pains when I was, that's where I was at the hospital.
Yeah.
So they took me to the hospital for dehydration, fed me food, and instantly I had to poop, you know? Made me shit myself on the car. It's disgusting.
Like, no one does that. Takes you out on the highway. Took me out of the police car on a highway. Shot me with a taser while naked, covered in shit. You believe this? It's humiliating, man. Like, what's more humiliating than that? Being on a highway, covered with shit, butt naked handcuffs. I don't know, getting shot by a cop.
I thought you guys were so much better. So much better coming to Wisconsin. I thought, like, maybe you would be connected, you know? Thank you for helping me. Sorry, thank you.
There's nothing wrong with the car, was there?
Huh?
Is there anything wrong with that car?
No. I promised him, man. I wouldn't hurt his car. I felt terrible. Oh, God. Is it okay if I'm like this? I'm just laying sideways because it hurts my wrist so bad. Is that all right? I just don't want you to think I'm up to something. I should shoot my fist at you. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you. Who does that? It's kind of fucking sick, motherfucker, does it? They laughed at me to protect and serve. They laughed at me. And they shot me naked on the highway covered in shit. It's fine. Yeah, I'm going to jail for a long time. I get that.
How you doing, man?
I'm really hot. I don't feel well. I'm going to pass out.
I got the air conditioning up all the way.
Thank you for your kindness. I can't explain to you how nice that is just to feel treated like a human.
3 minutes later, they arrive at the Kenosha County Jail.
You good back there?
104345 arrived at 250.
Wesley!
390
Wesley!
Sheriff goes on scene.
Hey! Wesley!
390.
345.
Sheriff, I need rescue to respond to the Sally Port. 104345.
Wesley!
Rescue to respond to Sally Port for what?
Where you at, Mom?
Stop responding. He is breathing.
Mom, where are you?
Wesley, wake up.
Mom,
wake up.
Come on over here. Mom.
Wesley! Hey! Hey!
Wake up.
Don't kill me, Dad. You're going back.
Stay up.
Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I'm not going to do anything. Don't shoot me. If I get out, will you shoot me? You promise you won't shoot me. If I get out,
because of what you were doing now, I gotta have an ambulance come.
So look at me, just terrific, dude. I'm not on any fucking drugs, dude. I can't wait until you guys figure that out. It's gonna be awesome. I stink like ass, huh? Like probably literally like shit. I'm sorry I've shitted up your car. I'm in the fucking news of my asshole showing with shit all over me, dude. Great, getting shot by cops with handcuffs on.
You mean tased, right?
Yeah, tased, yeah. I think my probes might be in my arm. It hurts really bad. I'm not gonna fight you guys.
Well, after what just happened,
I understand. They
can't exactly take your word for it.
I understand. My hands are turned purple, right? It should have hurt.
No, they're not purple.
It hurts really bad. Have trouble, I guess.
Yeah, just medically clear.
Like properly, not by these assholes.
Based off the following footage we've received, officers did bring Wesley to get medically treated.
Hop back in the bed. Hop in the bed. I'm going to ask you one more time, or we're going to put you in the bed. Okay?
Recording.
All right. Lay back in the bed. Let go of that handcuff. Let go of the leg restraint. Let go of the leg restraint. Drop it.
For a few minutes, Wesley goes back and forth with the officers, claiming he needs to use the restroom, while officers continue to give ignored commands for him to sit or lay down on the bed and to drop his leg shackle.
You have it in your hand. Drop it.
Put the leg restraint down. All right. Sit down on the bed.
I need the fucking bedpan.
Sit down on the bed.
Sit on the bed. We'll get you the bedpan.
All the way onto the bed.
I'm on the bed now.
All the way onto the bed.
I'm not playing games.
I'm not playing games with you either.
I dare you.
Right? All the way onto the bed, sir.
I'm on the bed, sir. I have to shit. It's going to come out right here. It's going to come out over by you.
We are going to
play time here. I'll throw piles of shit in your face. Maybe you can let it dry and you can scrape it out of your fucking beard, like I had to do off of my skin yesterday. After you let me sit in shit for 12 hours.
Let me get the bed stand. I'm not letting a nurse come into this room until I know that
I'm not going to hurt any nurse.
Okay?
Her safe? Yeah. She's not safe around you.
I'm responsible for their safety.
Good.
So go and lay back in the bed. We're going to
They treat me
the
like a
bedpan.
human, not like a piece of shit.
For
the
their
longer
safety.
you argue with us about this, the longer
We're not going anywhere with it right now.
That's cool.
Okay?
I'll go right here. I'll go right here then. All right. I'll just take a shit right on the floor. How's that? We play monkey
Sit
time.
down on the bed. Let me go get you the bedpan.
Go get it. I just
Once
did that. I just did this. I am secure. I just need the shit. That's all.
Sir.
Lay back
in
in
the
human
bed.
rights, you know? Needs the washroom. After
Lay
you feed me
back.
that garbage.
Lay back in the bed. We'll go get you the bedpan.
My stomach's hurting me right now. That's all.
I
I'm not getting
understand
up. I'm chained to the fucking bed. Where am I gonna go?
Can you just lay on the bed? We'll get you the
not
bedpan.
moving, dude. I feel like shit. The food you gave me yesterday, the same shit you gave me today, fucking makes my stomach hurt. I have to shit now. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't fucking hurt anybody.
Sir, you just lay back on the bed. Let me secure the leg restraint. We are going to go get you the bedpan, and I will let a nurse come in and assist you.
I don't need it. I don't need to assist me. Shit, man.
They need to bring the bedpan for you to utilize. All right? No, that's a garbage can.
I call it a bedpan.
You're not using a garbage can, sir. Okay, have a seat on the bed. Have a seat on the bed. Stop! Stop! 383, Sheriff! 383, Sheriff! Get me units to the hospital! Stop! Get off!
Come on.
Get on the bed now! Get on the bed now!
393 Sheriff requesting additional units
Get
to
on the
stay
bed
checked.
now!
On the bed. I'm on the bed. I just need to use the washroom.
Get on the bed now.
Lay on the bed!
I'm laying on the bed.
Lay on the bed now!
I'm laying on the bed.
Lay on the bed now!
I'm laying on the bed.
I am going to tase you!
I'm laying on the bed.
Lay on the bed now!
I'm laying on the bed.
Crawl up onto the bed!
How much more is that going to be? You guys attack me. For what? Because I'm trying to use the bathroom? I have to shit, dude. I still have to shit.
Lay on the bed forward.
I just got to go to the bathroom, that's all. Tase me. Yesterday, it worked well. Tase me. I shit all over the place, right?
I have him at taser point. He attacked you.
Hold on.
I didn't
You're
attack
being
anyone.
caught.
You can't take poop, dude. You attacked me because I was trying to poop in a garbage can. I just have to poop. That's all.
393 Sheriff code 401 at taser.
That's all.
I don't know what happened last
I'm telling you what happened. There's cameras in here, aren't there? Let's look at them.
No, there's...
Our body cams are on, so it's all being recorded.
Perfect. Perfect. I poop in a can. That's all.
You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright. They got it.
Why are you all out of breath for, man?
Because you just kicked me in the jaw, sir.
How?
All right?
I'm not combative at all.
You just kicked me in the jaw.
You just fought us. Don't even.
I'm trying to poop on my fucking garbage can, man. That's all I'm trying to do. I had to poop, dude. You tried jumping on top of me, right? Didn't you?
Dude, I stepped up.
What's the status with the doctor? Is he being cleared soon or?
The garbage can away from you.
Tell him to rush it for us. It's good.
You fucking grabbed me.
Crawl back onto the bed. Do it now.
I just did.
Crawl back onto the bed and
Where?
do it now.
How much further? Up that way?
All the way up on the bed.
Okay. Can I have one of you give
If
me
you crawl
instructions?
up on the bed, I will turn the taser off.
I already got tased 7 times because I want to shit.
You're gonna get tased again. Do as I say. Crawl up on the bed. Do it now.
I'm doing it. Pull my pants up. Is that alright?
For
You're
additional.
gonna tase me because you have a weapon. Then I'm gonna hospital. How's that? Is that far enough for you?
Go around. Secure that leg restraint to the metal bar of the bed right there.
Good? What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you guys?
Why are you fighting us?
Why
are we
trying to
kicking?
do shit, dude. I just gotta poop, man. Hey. P-O-O-P. Poop. What is that? I want to shit, man. That's all. You now or what? Mike, you wanna come in for the alley-oop or what? What's going on? Alley-oop on the poop? Hey, hit your jaw? What happened to your jaw? I dropped the shackle, remember? To take a shit. I'm gonna work on that. Steve, you better get back rub after all that work, man. God, dude, that you poor thing. You okay? How is it?
For this case, Wesley is facing charges for 1 count of operating a vehicle without consent, 1 count of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, 1 count of fleeing in a vehicle as the driver, 1 count of attempting to disarm a police officer, and 2 counts of battery or threat against a police officer. After his arrest, a $150,000 cash bond was set. As of posting this video, he has yet to have paid that bond and is currently being held in jail, awaiting trial. He submitted a plea of not guilty on all counts. What is not entirely clear is why Wesley was arrested in the first place. Official records and jail documents seem to indicate it was possibly due to 4 arrest warrants stemming from multiple states. Looking through court records, it appears Wesley has a pattern of failing to pay child support, which could have triggered one of the warrants. Notably, he has past charges related to domestic abuse and multiple charges related to him shooting and killing his own dog in a friend's house in 2019. These actions caused someone to call the police days later over the incident, where they discovered the dog wrapped in trash bags in his front yard. He shot the dog while other people were in the house, leading to a charge of aggravated cruelty to animals and of reckless discharge of a firearm, which held a possible sentence of up to 3 years in prison. The outcome of that case is not publicly known due to the case being held in Illinois, and with this current case still going through the system, a verdict or possible sentencing is yet to be determined. On October 24th, 2024, a trooper with the Illinois State Police attempted a traffic stop on Interstate 80, southeast of Geneseo. The red Infiniti had suspended California registration, and when the trooper approached the vehicle, it sped off. For the next 2 hours, a sergeant with the Grundy County Sheriff's Office tracked the vehicle on flock license plate readers heading east toward Chicago and moved to Route 17 and Interstate 55 to intercept. He spotted the vehicle but still had no idea why the suspects were so intent on dodging law enforcement.
Following a previous Troop 2 ISBURN for aggravated fleeing and eluding. Negative. Following in a covert vehicle. I'm coming up to a section of Grundy County on this road. I'm going to attempt to initiate a traffic stop shortly.
Traffic stop 19,000 west. Route 17 at 19,000 west.
Grundy County Decon initiating a traffic stop. Route 17, 1900 west. Any units to be right by.
Troop 5, he just took off on me. He's taking off on me. Eastbound, spike strips were deployed, unknown if successful.
Grundy County Decon in a covert vehicle. Stop. Roll over.
Route 17.
1050 rollover. Route 17 at 17,000 west. Route 17, 17,000 west. 1050.
Despite the vehicle completely rolling over, the driver refused to stop.
Vehicle's continuing through a cornfield.
1700 west. Northbound through a cornfield. From Route 17 at 1700 west. Good maneuver.
Subject is on foot, running northbound through the field. On foot, northbound through the field.
Stop, K9! Stop, K9! You're gonna get bit!
Gray hoodie, blue jeans. One has gray hoodie, blue jeans. One has black sweatshirt, black jeans. Get your hands up. Get them up. Get them up. Turn around. Get them up. Get out. Get out. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
You understand me? All right, yeah.
Okay, so thank you for
I've got one in custody. Go to him. Go to him. Go to him. Go to him.
line. Yep, I'm on TX with him now. Partner's on.
Priority 2 in custody. Give me fire. There's a small fire in the cornfield by the vehicle. Is there anybody else in that car? Anybody else in the car? Just two, right? No more? Priority Troop 3. 2 out of 2 in custody. Clear, Isper.
He said two.
Okay.
Roll over side.
You got an extinguisher? Extinguisher?
I think white man fire extinguisher.
Yeah, probably. They rolled and they kept going. I just saw smoke, and then all of a sudden they keep driving this way. They finally, Josh picked them in the corn.
Oh, he did?
And then they got out and ran.
Oh, so he pitted them out here?
Yeah, in the cornfield.
By the time Rex fired,
they're working it.
I'm gonna go put out the pistol fire. Can you hang out with him or no?
Yeah. Here, stand up.
Not good.
No, where do you heard it?
I don't know.
No?
No hablo inglés.
No habla inglés? Up.
You were running okay.
No? How old are you, like 14? How old are you? ¿Cuántos años? 20? 17?
Do what?
And our engines are like hot and stuff.
Is that Kankakee Road there? We're good, right? Where we were? For the...
That's the stretch we got.
That is? Right there? Okay. So just lean against her. I don't know. He might have got a positive hit on that spike, but I'm not sure. I think he got the bright rear.
I don't know if that wind will push this fast. We got a disc right here.
through some laps. It'll be all good.
Oh boy.
We're tracking you for a while.
Let's see what we can find. Let's put it out.
He's the driver.
You Mirandize him?
No. Mirandize him. Hey, Mirandize him.
Yeah.
According to the police report, both suspects were taken to the hospital for follow-ups. One suspect, identified as 18-year-old Royben Barahona, was transported to a different hospital and treated for internal bleeding, likely sustained during the rollover. The next day, he was cleared for transport to Grundy County Jail to join his associate, identified as 23-year-old Cristiana Razo Velasquez. Reddick Fire Department extinguished the fire, and the totaled vehicle was moved to a towing yard, where it was searched, allowing officers to finally discover what motivated the entire chase.
Hey, that's a kilo. There might be more than one.
Coming up.
Oh yeah. There's 1, 2. See them? 2, 3.
There might be